Or post-turkey is your year-end party. True. Going fishing? That's fun. I hope you have a good time fishing. Got high off THC for the first time this tech day, given a pair of gummies. Didn't notice till I was told I'm chill and quiet, plus few background thoughts. Are you still high? Fishing sounds fun with people of the company sounds scary. I mean, it depends on the company. Some companies are pretty okay, I think. Maybe. Still kind of sleepy since. Sometimes highs last for like a 24-hour period. So it's possible. Hello! Have I done my Twitch ads yet? I don't think I have. Fuck, I haven't. Well. Rest in peace, Twitch. There they go. Into ad hell. They'll live. Yeah, I got gummies for the first time at a convention. And I feel like I also kind of just got quiet. I get giggly if I'm drunk. I get giggly and really affectionate. So I feel like I like being drunk more than high. I've heard of a drive-through turkey, but a post-turkey? How do you even keep it fresh in the mail? Yeah, that's fair. You like being drunk more than high, B? Yeah. Yeah. Kinda like that when I get, when drunk, very giggly and overly friendly unless it's wine. Getting drunk off wine makes me want to cry and complain how much life sucks. I don't drink wine. I don't drink wine and I don't drink beer. I usually only drink mixed drinks. Or like rum or whiskey or vodka. Stuff like that. You're on a 5-stream streak! Too bad I don't have anything to do with channel points, huh? That's crazy. Okay, let's go to chatting screen because the ads are about to end on Twitch. Hello. Hello. I had no channel redeems for like 3 years, so some people had over 200k points with nothing to do with them. That's funny. That's funny. I might do that thing. Some people do stuff with their channel points where they like they gift people a sub if they get to like 100k or something like that. Maybe I could do something like that. I don't know. Ugh. Adding a waste 10,000 points redeem. I want to figure out points redeem stuff. I just haven't done a lot of it yet. I've been doing other things. But I've got my weed tea, my wee. It's yerba mate flavored today. or something like that. Just very herbal tasting. Kind of just tastes herbal plus hemp. I have very quiet Animal Crossing music playing in the background. Possibly too quiet. Raise it up a little bit. That's probably fine. And I did have turkey yesterday. I didn't get much. I didn't get much. God, I can speak. I swear. I swear. Huh. Your mate is nice tea, strong. It is strong, and it has hemp taste definitely at the end. So it's like even stronger, kind of. But it's not bad. Just very herbal. Yeah. No, I did get turkey yesterday. We didn't, like, have a huge Thanksgiving thing or anything like that. We just kind of stayed at home and, I mean, I say stayed at home. That's the typical thing to do for Turkey Day, but we got, like, a big container of, turkey, like, sliced turkey, and we got a jar of cranberry sauce, a thing of stuffing that we cooked up, yeah, a couple things, and we just munched it. We didn't even, like, I mean, we don't normally sit down together or anything like that, but we didn't do anything special, really. We had a pie. We had pumpkin pie. That was good. Yeah, it was alright. It was just, you know, just kind of another day, but with turkey this time. And also pie. Pie is good. I get more pie for the next couple of days, so I'm satisfied. Ever had hemp seeds? They don't get you high, but they're tasty. Like a more buttery peanut butter? No. I've never had hemp seeds. Just like as, like a butter? Like ground up and stuff? Made into like a paste? Hemp butter? No, I have not had that. Sounds interesting. Huh. I've had a lot of different types of nut butters and stuff, like cashew butters and almond butters, and I'm a really big fan of cookie butter, but it's basically just Biscoff. It's just, or is that the right word? Biscoff? Those cookies, those like cinnamon kind of cookies, just ground up and made into a paste, pretty much. I've had cookie butter. I would take the whole jar of cookie butter and just like take a spoon and just start, you know, going to town sometimes. Cookie butter's really tasty. It's really good. Yeah, but we didn't really do too much for Thanksgiving stuff. Which we haven't really done in a couple of years. I mean, we've had some really, really big Thanksgivings, and we've had some really, like, not really doing much Thanksgivings. So, like, one year, I still remember, we got a whole ass bucket. Like a giant white bucket that Mom Paka filled to the brim with, like, broth and herbs and stuff like that. And then we shoved the turkey in that bitch for like 48 hours or something. I don't know, it was probably 24. But we went hard that Thanksgiving. Yeah, chillin' low-key Thanksgiving's gonna be nice. I don't really like turkey very much. I'm not a huge turkey fan. I'm not a huge chicken fan, because some people do chicken instead, or like they'll do like turducken. Duck is a little bit better, because duck is a little bit more of a moist meat, I find, if it's cooked right. If it's not cooked right, then duck sucks. But I just feel like most poultry is very dry. And the only examples of like really, really tasty poultry meat that I've had were from like my one of my ex's moms made a fantastic chicken that she was teaching me how to make that goddamn chicken. And I was too young, and I wasn't paying enough attention. I was helping her make the whole ass thing. All I remember is that I definitely reached under chicken skin and was like massaging a chicken. I think she put lemons under the skin or something. I don't know, dude. It was so good. That was the most moist chicken I've ever had. Ever. The common thing to do? Yeah, but like, it was different. Yeah, my Thanksgiving was alright. It was fine. Hi, Nat. How you doing? And hi, Net. Net and Nat. Hello. Chicken and turkey are overrated other than dark meats. Yeah, I like the dark meats. Her duck is mostly dark meat. Yeah, it is. So that's the problem with it, kind of. That's like the good thing and the bad thing about it, because a lot of people can overcook duck or like cook it in the wrong way and it doesn't taste as good. But as long as it's cooked right, I feel like it's almost always more moist because it's like typically a lot of dark meat. So I don't know about gizzards and hearts. I've never tried any of that stuff. I've considered trying to figure out how to eat that stuff at one point, but then I was just like, gizzard yummy? Is it? What do you do with it, usually? Do you make it into like a stew or something? I guess if my teeth. Pretty interesting texture, but you can add it to a lot of things. I do like liver paste. I've had like liver paste on like crackers and stuff before, and I do actually like that stuff. Hi, Skippity! What's up? Went to my grandma's house for Thanksgiving, though I had to wake up at 9 a.m. Oh my god. Oh my god. I'm also a night owl, so I would die. That sounds terrible. Hi, Lee! What's up? Poultry, giblets need you to first boil a huge pot of water with salt, then pour them into the pot on low heat for like 2 hours. Oh my god. That's so long. Chicken gizzards were served fried out of a big bag when I was a kid. Really? You know what was served fried out of a big bag when I was a kid? Pork rinds. Lots of pork rinds. But then again, I lived in Southern California, so like I was around most of the larger Mexican population. So we had like those little like food carts sometimes that came through the neighborhoods and stuff like that. And every once in a while they had like pork rinds or stuff. Or they had, what were those? I never really bought them, I don't think. But there were like these little wagon wheel looking things that looked fried that they had. And I have no idea what those were. Got turkey time because I made a reckless sleeping decision. Wait, what? What did you do? Is it late or early? Which one? Pork cracklins. Oh, I've had those before. Hold on. Pork cracklins. Pork crack. For some reason that name reminded me of Cracker Jack? I don't know why. You stayed up. I see. I see. Your favorite outfit to wear at the beach? It's fall! I'm not going to the beach! I'm not going anywhere! Should be dead asleep. Go to sleep, you silly. Go rest. Almost the exact same thing you do to cook dry beans as to buying canned bean. Oh, yeah! I guess that would be. I get a lot of canned beans. Some deep fried pork fat. I really, really like pork rinds. I don't know why. It's gonna be the end of spooky season. We're coming into the winter. Do you guys have any plans for, like, Christmas time or anything like that? Are you going anywhere? Ugh. Booting around in my chair, sorry. I have something coming up. I don't know if you guys saw. I put in the Discord. And also reposted on Twitter, I think. I don't think I did Blue Sky. I need to figure out if there's a post on Blue Sky for it. But, there's a new server coming up, which was the one that I was planning to be in before, which is VTRP Season 2, technically. It's, the GTA, Vtuber server that I was in last year as Granny Applebottom. That's coming up on the 6th, I believe. B is going. I got pretty much all of my VTuber GTA friends in on it. So B's going. B was already there. Rayless, Stu, our friend Zach will be there. We will actually know each other this time. Morp is coming because I think Inari was there last year, but Morp wasn't. How can one sleep in peace knowing KoziiChu won't be streaming anymore? What are you talking about? I'm streaming right now. I'm streaming right now. B has seen Granny Applebottom. B met me while I was playing Granny Applebottom. B met me. Granny Applebottom stole B's helicopter. That helicopter that was sitting outside the hospital that one time that I was just like, I just like picked up and stole and ran off with. And then I saw like a Twitter post later on and I was like, oh, I stole her helicopter. And I brought it back again. That was B's helicopter. I'm pretty sure I did all that on stream. I think. The sad posting was really funny. Illusion of stream. Yeah, the illusion of streaming. I'm not actually streaming. I'm in your mind. I'm in your mind. Not in 8 hours time after the great napping. That's true. I would not be streaming in 8 hours. Probably. Unless I had that much to talk about. And I don't think I do. I don't think I have that much. Spiritually in your thumbnail for it. Were you really? That's funny. That's funny. Yeah, B was. So, the thing is that I wasn't really around B very much during VTRP the first time around. So, I didn't really, like, talk to her all that much or anything. But she was the person during VTRP that had, like, a stream going up that had pretty much all of the other streamers on it. And was, like, listing who was live when. Which was really cool. But I think she said she wanted to actually stream this time, so. Could easily do an 8-hour stream talking about all the things one could stuff in a turkey. I don't think you could take 8 hours talking about all the things you could stuff in a turkey. I mean, unless you're talking about literally everything you could stuff into a turkey, no matter what. In which case, I guess I would start with things on my desk, like, my 3DS, a tiny palm-sized flashlight, a coffee cup. I think I could fit a coffee cup in a turkey. My cell phone. my Nintendo Switch controller. My bottle of vitamins. The VTRP TV guide, yeah. Stuffing turkeys inside turkeys. Don't stuff turkeys. Well, I mean, if it's a smaller turkey, I guess it's okay. I guess? Like a turducken, but it's a turkey. 5 Nintendo Switches. A minigame that makes chat guess if it would fit in a turkey. In a turkey? No. Oh, there was other stuff that I was gonna respond to. Hold on, let me scroll back up again. Da-da-da. No plans, but probably the same thing we just did. The sister and her daughters come over, plus my brother sometimes. Yeah, that's nice. Nice family stuff. Do you ever toss your pork rinds in anything? Sauce, seasoning? Sometimes seasoning. But like it depends. I need like a good seasoning blend available. Sometimes I don't really have one. And we'll either make good seasoning blends or like we'll find really good ones from like Indian stores or like Asian stores or stuff like that. Really good blends. Actually, there's the grocery store near me became like a Mexican grocery store, and they have like a bunch of sodas and stuff like that that I haven't had since I was back in SoCal, and it's great. Sodas and candies and stuff like that. Because there's not a very big Mexican population in the place that I live now. So there is some pretty good Mexican food. But I don't think I've ever watched any of my new friends do the GTRP. Should be a hoot. Yeah, it'll be interesting. Rayless doesn't know what he's doing yet. He's still thinking about it. I do still own a 3DS. I have multiple, actually. This is only one of my 3DSs. This isn't my, like... Technically... Wait, no, hold on. I have one 3DS. The other one is technically a new Nintendo 2DS XL or something like that. Because it doesn't have the 3D functionality on it anymore. I got rid of the one with the 3D functionality to get the newer version. Which is good. It's a good... I like that one better, to be honest. Isn't it funny that the 3DS became, like, super big, but, like, nobody ever used the 3D? And then when they made 2DSs, they were like, okay, let's make a 2DS that's not the flat kind, and we'll make it flip closed like a normal 3DS, but, like, it won't have 3D. It'll just be 2D. I used the 3D. I used it, like, a couple times when it first came out. And then never touched it ever again. Fago! Oh my god. Homestuck looking at over... As a kid, I wanted nothing more in my life than to play 3D games. That's fair. That's fair and valid. But also... You might have been one of the only people that ever used the 3D. You might have been. I think 2016 was a pretty good year to get 3DS still, though. They only launched the Switch in 2020, right? Or was that 2019? Do they have Fago in places that aren't the Midwest? They do. Fago is nationwide, I think. 3D feature was so good on the 3D Mario title on the system. Actually helped the depth perception on the Wii U sequel. I think Nintendo are the best at utilizing their own features. So I think if there's like a Mario game, a Kirby game, some like platformer that they decided on, whatever the hell, I think they're the ones that are using their own functionality the best. Which makes sense, because they did design it. But... Nationwide is a strong claim. That's fair. That's fair. My cat's wandering around. It's fairly nationwide. I think it's old is the problem. I think when it was a bit more, well-known, or like people drank it more, I think it was easier to get a hold of. Now it's kind of like it exists and people know it exists, but not a lot of people drink it. Oh yeah, the 3D in the Pokemon games was alright. Actually, the 3D in the Pokemon games was interesting. I feel like they did better just creating their own 3D effects. Like in Black and White and stuff like that with the city. Or like X and Y with the big city. I feel like they did better making their own 3D effects on, like, without the actual functionality involved. The Joy-Con emulating cow milking in 1-2 Switch. God. That's the only thing I know about 1-2 Switch is that you milk a cow. It was in, like, all of the advertising. Why did they pick that? Why did they pick cow milking as the advertisement for 1-2 Switch so much? Did they think that they had a lot of cow milking fans? Or was that, like, you know, Nintendo? Most 3DS games outside of Nintendo themselves, just Plum didn't bother with the 3D. Yeah, They sure didn't. Nintendo freaky. Give your bro a break and play our game. Give your bro a break? Be you milking the bros? Be you out here milking the bros? Oh my god. Okay. Ring Fit was actually really good though. Hold on. Let me talk about Ring Fit, alright? Ring Fit, really good, actually, really, really good health game. Really, really good for exercise. Actually teaches you the proper way to do everything. Tries to check you and make sure that you're doing alright at different points. They try to keep you accountable for, like, keeping your streaks and stuff like that. Actually really good fitness game. The problem is, VTubers have these voices. I don't even think any of it was on purpose. I don't think any of it was on purpose. But VTubers have these voices. You know what I mean, right? A lot of the more popular VTubers definitely have like a higher pitched voice or like they have a lot of, you know, emotion or stuff in their voices. And when they're exercising, you can hear it. And it kind of sounds like anyway. They didn't do it on purpose, I don't think. They didn't do it on purpose. Maybe one or two. Actually, no, I take it back. Some VTubers are horny as fuck. So, some of them probably did do it on purpose, but like... Not most of them, I don't think. Bros can't be milked. Hilariously, when COVID started, I read an article about how a bunch of people in Japan got shredded because it was basically all they could do. Yeah. Yeah. Did you guys ever get Nintendo when COVID was a thing and like they had to lock down and there was a much extended time period where nobody could really get to work and do like whatever stuff at Nintendo? They some of the employees got together and made like a cute little jump rope game to try and keep themselves fit. And then they posted it for free for people. I think it's taken down now. I don't think it's still on the store anymore. But it was free for a while during like heavy lockdown time. And people could just like do some little jump roping stuff in their living room. Cute. YouTubers wouldn't be hornballs in public though with live viewers is too sussy. Yeah. VTubers would never. Me looking over at my friend Podge. Who definitely is horny while live a lot of the time. The fans, however, true. The fans are pretty horny too. But it did generate really good content. I think Ring Fit was actually really good. I think it was good for like people who needed to get some exercising done and stuff like that anyway, but I think it was also good for like, you know, content creators who were stuck at home. Because it was not only doing content and like, you know, making panting, breathy noises or whatever. That's why it was popular. If girls did Ring Fit, that's why it was popular, and you know it. How many VTubers are play acting the horniness just to attract simps? Probably a lot. Probably a lot. I wouldn't be surprised. You know, it is what it is. Get that bag, I guess. The power of squats. And then they were fit, and they were buff afterwards for like 2 weeks. And then they weren't anymore, because that's how fitness works, of course. You go and you do it for like 2 weeks, and then you're actually like super buff and ripped and amazing. And then like if you fall off again, then you fell off. King, you better start over. If you fake it long enough, it becomes reality. Yeah. Why did you— Are you kidding me, cat? This fucking cat, walked in the room, wandered around a little bit, was upset that the door was partially closed. Then he walked all the way around the house because it's a big circle, came back in, and threw open the door. What the hell? Fucking cat. A lot of them aren't play acting, they're just omega horny, true. There's a lot of omega horny people too. I don't have an orange cat. I have, like, he's like a ragdoll. He's like a mutt ragdoll cat. He's mostly ragdoll, and you can see it in his features, but like there's some other stuff in there too, probably because he was a street cat. We have a chart on how many VTubers actually touch grass? Not many. Ragamut, yeah. Ugh. The TwitchCon incident? Oh my god. Yeah! I'm probably never going to TwitchCon. For multiple reasons. Not only do I not really like Twitch that much. Like, even though I'm— Hello, Twitch. Hi, Twitch. Hey, what's up? Here I am. On your platform or whatever. Anyway, I'm streaming. I'm, like, multi-streaming to both now. But I'm still not a Twitch fan. Not really. I'm, like, trying to use it more to watch my friends. Because all my friends stream on Twitch. But I still prefer YouTube. Frick you, Dan. But I think TwitchCon is like— I feel like Twitch is a weird breeding ground for like the most normie streamers ever. You know what I mean? Like those guys that go out and they like prank people on the street. But the pranks are like dumping a milkshake on their head. And that's a prank, bro. It's like the most normie freaking streamers ever. And I feel like TwitchCon is like a hell pit of all of them. And I don't... Not for me. Milk toast content, yeah. Twitch has some convenient stuff, but Twitch is a tad bit fucky. It is. It do be sometimes. It do be a tad bit fucky sometimes. The app fucking sucks, dude. I keep trying to watch people on the app recently, and it just, like, freezes, and I have to completely close out of the app and leave and come back in again. What happened at TwitchCon? A lot. Kind of a lot of things happen at TwitchCon. The biggest one that people talk about is, Emiru was doing a meet and greet with fans, and some dude just completely bypassed all security, just walked directly up to her, grabbed her, and tried to lean in to kiss her. And nobody did anything. No TwitchCon staff moved a muscle. Thank God she had her own security. Have you seen the bathtub streamers though? I don't understand that either, dude. Yeah, that happens. That was a thing. There was more that happened. There was a lot of things that happened at TwitchCon this year. It was a whole ass mess, but like that's the biggest one that people talk about, I think. My app has stream frozen, but with audio fine. Yeah, the app fucking sucks. It's so bad. TwitchCon and similar centralizers of that, guys, must be breeding grounds of parasociality and normiedom. Yeah, kinda true. Kinda true. Once you understand, moving muscles is awkward. Why move muscles? True. Once you understand where a lot of Twitch's traffic comes from, the bathtub streamers make sense. Is it like porn sites or something? Where does Twitch's traffic come from? Because I know Twitch is also a lot hornier than YouTube is. Like, I've streamed on YouTube for almost 5 years now, right? And I like every once in a while, you get some dude that comes in. Like, there was one time years ago where I had some dude come in and do like a super chat for $1 or something like that, saying he was jerking off or whatever. But that was the only time. Whereas I've been on Twitch for like a couple weeks and I've definitely seen people come in and ask for tits or stuff like that. Moral of the story for me, never make a Twitch account. So true. I still like supporting my friends. I think it is technically still the best of the streaming platforms because it's just made for it. So there's a lot of features that are good for streaming purposes, or like the moderation is a lot better on Twitch or stuff like that. But you know, Twitch and OG Twitter are so tightly tied together. That's true, they are. That's true. That's true. That word auto deletes your comment. There's a couple of words probably that you can't say on YouTube chat. Did a bathtub thing once. She knows the evil from experience. Listen, I got a bikini. I can be that girl. I have one. Which Automod is wild though? Is it really? Is it fall? Nice bikini. Yeah, it's fall. My clothes fell off. I do like doing I like doing my little swimsuit thing and then doing like the hot tub, not hot tub, the onsen sort of backgrounds that I have. I think that's cute. Gooner bait! My a-hole comment didn't show up on stream now that you mention it? Yeah. Yeah, a couple of things probably won't show up. It's actually a good thing for me because YouTube got a little bit more strict with like moderation of commentary that you like see on screen like over there. So it's actually a good thing if stuff gets hidden for me, but people have to be a little bit more creative with the way that they say things to me. Sus Paka. I prefer YouTube, to be honest, yeah. Hello, Buck! Sorry, I'm still catching up on things. I was talking about a lot of stuff. Happy post-turkey day. Hello, Hunts. I remember you did something way worse with just... Oh, yeah, I did. I did do something way worse with just a towel once. I have like I've got a towel, like a free asset that was like a towel just a naked body holding a towel up. I did that in my, like, hot spring thing. Just because I thought it was kind of funny. It was directed towards that milkshake prank you were talking about earlier. Yeah, just being an asshole is kind of, you know, doing pranks, I guess, these days. It sure would. I'm probably not gonna say that out loud, but going to some less censored sites sure does expose you to a lot of other shit. I find the way YouTube handles the comments is annoying because as a streamer, anything blocked, the streamer cannot see even if they want to. Well, okay, that's not technically how it... Well, yes and no. If it's blocked by YouTube itself, if it's blocked by, like, the site, yeah, you don't get to see it. But that also happens on Twitch. They're both the same in that. So, like, if you get something that's blocked by the site, it just won't show up on either site. But if you have something that is just blocked by, like, the strictness settings on your channel on YouTube, then the moderators can just allow it, and then it'll show up and stuff. It's just the current chat combiner app that I'm using doesn't show me those comments once they're shown. And I think that's probably just something that needs an update. Or, like, I'm not really sure. It works on my normal YouTube chat. Those comments usually show up. But it's just kind of borked on the chat combiner. That wasn't a stream, was it? No, it was not. It was not a stream. Though I did do that one stream one time where I acted like I was naked the whole time. Where I was just like... it just, like, only showed this much of my body, maybe. And, like, there was no clothes. That was when I was still drawing one of my models, and I hadn't finished doing the clothing on it yet. But I wanted to use it. I think I've played No Man's Sky doing that. Headed to dinner soon? Okay! I hope you have a good dinner. It wasn't was it a video? It was a video, I think, on Twitter, yeah. What asshole would make a giant snow globe on their friend's base in Minecraft? No, I don't know what you're talking about. I would never. I would never. Alright, let me just go ahead and text B about our evil plans. Members only content, BW. Getting something blocked by the site is insanely hard. You basically have to type a slur. Yeah, it's pretty tough. So I don't think it's really that big of a deal. I think it's just like, you know. Being a VTuber, I just assumed you didn't wear clothes because why would you have given the choice? I am currently wearing fit check of the, like, gross human woman who may be behind the screen ruining your immersion. I am currently wearing underwear and a sweater. That's it. That's all. Unsubbing. No, why? Why? Underwear and a top is me 99% of days. It's just so much more comfy. Pants are so restricting. I like dresses better than pants. Way more. So, like, if I was gonna wear something that covered my bottom half, I would probably just wear, you know, just a dress or something. If I'm serious, I put a bra on. That's not my serious mode. I think pants are my serious mode. If I'm really serious, I'll probably still be wearing socks from when I went outside, and that's crazy. That's wild. Can I tell you that I actually have been wearing clothing on some streams recently, and it's crazy. Because I went and took a walk first and then streamed afterwards. Wild. think YouTube has been using AI recently because normal comments have been getting nuked in friends chats on YouTube. They have. YouTube has been using AI to do fucking everything lately, and it is actually causing people problems because YouTube is basically banning people. They're banning and deleting people's channels and stuff like that over comments that they made on a side account 10 years ago. It's crazy. Yeah, the dead internet theory sure is coming true real quick. Oh no, YouTube is cringe. Well, I mean, Twitch isn't much better. There's a bunch of fucking bullshit content on Twitch, too. Less AI, though. So. Less. There's sites like Kick and PeerTube where most streamers there are often strong believers in free speech extremism. Yeah. That's basically why I'm probably not gonna go on Kick, because I don't think my audience is the type that would fit in there. So, I know some people that are on Kick and they like it goes well for them and whatever, and that's great, but it's probably not for me. AI is everywhere despite it being necessary or not. And yeah, it is happening in Discord too! Discord is starting to moderate with AI too! Twitch doesn't make enough money to implement AI. Owned by Amazon, by the way. Kick is still up and running. It's not only up and running, it's actually like become one of the big 3 streaming platforms. I'm kind of surprised that they managed to make it last. I still live in fear that the YouTube AI overlord will randomly deem me as a minor just because I watched a small handful of MLP vids. That's me. That's what I worry about. Because I like things like fucking Minecraft sometimes and stuff like that. I feel like every once in a while I just have to watch a video that's like a bunch of cussing or like about some serial killer or something like that so YouTube doesn't forget that I'm actually in my 30s. Like, I saw the new Eve MV dropped. I haven't watched it yet, but I did see that it dropped. How about the union rep of this chat for Twitch and the one for YouTube shake hands and say both are kind of cringe? Who would be down to be our rep? Alright, who's the Twitch representative? Who's the YouTube representative? That would be kind of funny. Having like a YouTube representative and a Twitch representative and they like take care of the chats or whatever. They're just like the moderators specifically for whatever chat. And they take care of the chats and they talk to each other and stuff. Cute. Technically speaking, I feel like that would probably be Rend and Eniko. Like, Eniko prefers YouTube, and Rend is usually more on Twitch. Yeah. Yeah, isn't that just a mod? Yeah, kind of, basically. Yeah. I was on 2008 3-part 24p anime episodes to prove my age. True, actually. I mostly watch here, but I'm just a Twitch mod. I can mod you on YouTube. So modding people on YouTube is a little bit harder because you have to have like their YouTube channel ID number. So you basically take their channel link and you just post it in the back end on like the community moderation stuff. I think I can click and moderate people now on the back end in YouTube Studio, but it doesn't work half the time, so I just do the other thing. My vote is the mod. True, on YouTube I could fast forward if it got ahead, but it won't allow me today. Yeah, for some reason the they actually put out, I think, an announcement sort of thing. They put out something on Twitter basically saying that the 2x speed stuff was kind of broken lately. I think it's I think it's probably the fault of the AI. I think the AI broke something. What a time for the Streamlabs plug. Yeah! Why did that Twitter link not work? That's funny. Whatever. Congrats on being a rep, yeah. Seriously, YouTube, what minors are playing the original Yakuza on an actual PS2 in this day and age? True. True! I don't know. I don't know, some kids are actually kind of into older technologies and stuff like that, so possible. Gotta head to bed, else I'll be in a pickle next morning. Okay. Good night, Skippity. I hope you sleep well. I broke something. I wish it would just break itself already. Yeah. Yeah. Oh my god, dude. I'm so tired of the AI age. I'm just so tired of it. I don't like the idea that we have to try and figure out if things are real or not every single time we see them posted online. I don't like it. It's not my favorite. Not into it, actually. It's funny that corporations really think I am. Dinner time. Okay. Have a good dinner, Buck. And there's a Kiwami remake around to watch instead. Kids these days don't appreciate PS2 graphics. True. True. Few interesting channels where modern people are making their channels as if it were 2011, 2012, and... Oh! I have found some of that. I've also found I'm really into the people that make those, like, basically just chatting videos that are layered over top of, like, Minecraft gameplay. Because that's been popping off again recently. Because that was a thing. People did that before. They did, like, their little commentary on top of gameplay sort of stuff before. But, like, that's been popping up again. And I'm really into it, actually. I really like that shit. Horror games in general kind of peaked in PS3 graphics. I think... Okay, I'm not into horror, but I think that there's, like, this inherent... like... kind of old technology vibe. Kind of like something that's a little bit... It's outside of what is realistic. Like, realistic horror games, that's fine. That's whatever. If you see something that's not quite realistic, that's trying to be sort of realistic, but, like, it's clearly older graphics or stuff like that, I feel like it's creepier. So I kind of agree. But I'm not really into horror games to begin with. The internet was so much better when it wasn't everywhere in your pocket at all times, when it wasn't 99% ruled by gigacorps and limited to a beige box in the corner of your bedroom or office. Yeah. Yeah. So I've been going out on walks recently. I might take another walk after stream, I'm not sure. Because my legs don't actually hurt today. I've been walking a little bit more often, and I actually am surprised to say this week my legs don't hurt as much when I've been taking my walks. Not yesterday, but the day before? B. Oh yeah! Sorry, hold on. Tangent number 2. I posted a post on Blue Sky and Twitter yesterday that just said, it was like, no context, but at Vtuber I win. If you would like context, that's because I walked like 0.2 of a mile more than she did yesterday. 0.4? Okay. I walked just barely more than she did yesterday, so I won. I won. Yeah, Ratio. Get Ratio. Get owned! She was like... I could go back. I could go back and do more. And I was like, no, you already stopped. You already ended it. Got lapped. Yeah. Sorry. Anyway, so I've been going on walks recently. Not every day, but like, pretty consistently every couple days usually. The last couple days I've been doing it every day. And I might go on another walk today because my legs don't hurt. I've just been trying to take it slow because I don't want to, like, hurt myself. when I say I was seething / positive. And I went out not yesterday, but the day before yesterday, and I like ended up at a park because I was trying to fix my music. I have these headphones that are Bluetooth and whatever, and for some reason they weren't connecting to my phone, so I was sitting down and like trying to fix it. I ended up at a park, and I like paused at the park and was staring at the frickin' swing set and remembering just like how much I used to go outside and just exist in the outdoor world, and like I would run around and play with sticks or hide in bushes or like just random shit like that. I used to do that all the time, man. I don't do any of that anymore. I had like a Ratatouille moment, a flashback, yeah. So I went and I got on the swing set and I just was sitting there swinging for a little while. I was like, oh yeah, I used to do this. Making bush hideouts to eat snacks. I did used to make like little hideouts, but I usually made them with like cardboard. Like little box huts or stuff like that. And I also was sitting there while I was thinking about this and noticing like how empty the parks all were. And I was just like, yeah. Like before, oh my god, when I was in high school, we had a park that was right across the street from my high school. Was that the high school or was that the middle school? That was the high school. We had a park that was right across the street from my high school. And it was always full. There were always kids over there. Constantly. Pretty much all hours of the day. Or like there was a park that was kind of close to where I used to live, my like childhood home. And there were always people wandering through that park too. Yeah, the age of social media definitely killed parks and playgrounds and stuff like that. They just grab branches and start fighting trees. I also watched a video the other day of like a little, there was a dog that was carrying around just a giant stick. And a bunch of people, like, there were a lot of people on the walking path. And as they passed by the dog, they were like, oh, nice stick and stuff like that. I was just like, I used to be that dog. I used to walk around with big stick. The living room has ended too. Yeah, people don't normally sit around in their living rooms and hang out either anymore. People are very, very, very private. So, like, they'll sit in their bedrooms or they'll sit in, like, separated spaces and they don't have family spaces as much. They don't, like, do that as much. Really interesting. I don't know. I don't know. I've lived through several... I think it's just millennials in general. I think millennials in general have lived through so many different ages of technology and change and stuff like that. Like, I remember calling people on a landline phone. I remember listening to music off of CDs, but I also remember using like floppy disks and PC stuff. My mom remembers more than me, obviously, but that was during my fundamental growth period, you know? So, I remember calling my mom with one of those spinny phones. I remember having radios. When we were really, really young, or when I was really, really young, my parents and I had radio contact a lot of the time. They handed me a radio, they told me what channel to be on, and then I would like go to the park or whatever with a radio. Or like if I was at a powwow walking around and like doing whatever stuff I was doing, they gave me a radio. Makes sense that Gen Z is so private in their homes now that social media makes you feel like you're constantly being perceived. True! Oh my god, you're right! Sorry, there's other stuff I have to catch up on in chat too. Existing in the outside world. We love romanticizing our childhood whimsy, true. I used to do that too, but then I would also fall into poison ivy while wearing a fake turtle shell. Oh no. I think the only time I dealt with poison ivy was when I was really into geocaching for a while with my parents, and I think there were times where I don't think it ever actually affected me. I don't think I ever actually like fell in it or anything, but we were like constantly on the lookout for it. I'm kind of not exactly countryside, but like kind of imagine, if you will, a town, like a medium small town that is completely surrounded by farmland. So like the town itself, decently big. I see a lot of people driving around, whatever. But like if I go to the outskirts, I can see into the distance and it's just farmland. So like kind of both. Countryside walks are max comf. Ooh, I like going down trails and I used to go hiking and stuff a lot. I used to go out to like creeks, or like there was a hill back where I used to live that had like blackberry bushes along it. So sometimes you would take a basket and go out blackberry picking. I killed moles too. Oh my god, moles are so dead. Skate parks are a little bit less dead because there's still people who make content out of it. I think that's like the thing. If there is something that you can do out of location that is content worthy, there's still gonna be people there, which is also depressing. Also kind of sad. Not all skate parks, but a couple cool ones. Yeah. Whimsy is only for kids. We as adults must remain as boring and unfun as possible. Yeah, true. Apparently. You're not allowed to like any of this stuff as an adult. Crazy of you. Mall is a no-no. Labubu store mall. Yes! Literally. I've seen people go to malls in videos to get Labubus or something. Or like some popular thing that's coming out. We're making huge drawings in paint on a laptop in the backyard, no internet. I remember, I mean, I have so many sketchbooks actually from when I was younger, just like actual just little sketchbooks or whatever. But also I remember using like Etch-a-Sketches and stuff like that too. You've heard of streamer houses, now introducing streamer apartments. I think it's coming. If it's not already there, I think it's coming. Because let's be fucking honest. If you had a choice as a streamer to live in an apartment building that was made for streamers, the internet was good, you all had like your own separated units that had pretty good soundproofing for the walls, you didn't have to worry about if you were screaming about a game or whatever. If it had like a gym or something like that, and you could potentially see other streamers or content creators there. If it had like a pool, same thing. And then just imagine, they'd start making like content off of each other, and it would just become like a giant group project, basically. I feel like it'll happen. The hype house, but smaller. Yeah, basically. Content houses freak me out. Content houses, I think it depends. Because I know friends that live in houses with a lot of other content creators. I think there's a separation between that, between like a bunch of streamers that just live together, and the idea of like a content house that's like actually used only for content purposes and nobody actually really cares a lot about the people that are living there. Like, if you're considering waking up at 9 a.m. to prank your roommate and like dump a bucket of water on their head while they're sleeping and record them, I think that's not a great place to live. I think that's not a great way to live your life. Imagine feeling nostalgic for childhood. I mean, I'm basically just the nostalgia VTuber anyway, so. Probably on the cusp of Gen Z and whatever it is. Whatever is before it, and I gotta say, I definitely felt that change in how people socialized. Yeah. Because it changed around. I think COVID really did a number on people. I do think that that was kind of like a separating point of like, oh, well, we don't need to go outside. We don't need to leave our places to talk to people or whatever. But I think that it was already happening before that point too. I think it just accelerated the process really heavily. Just a live stream of the Remember Berries from South Park. Yeah. Yeah. Me, Cozy, Sidearms, Mr. Beast, Jenna Marbles. Mr. Beast and Jenna Marbles would never live in the same house. You know Jenna Marbles probably hates Mr. Beast. You know there's no way Jenna Marbles likes Mr. Beast. She's too nice. She would never. MS-DOS on an IBM with 5 megabytes RAM with 3.5-inch and 5-inch floppies connected to BBS, which downloaded your... Okay, so that's slightly too old for me. But if Mom Pock is in chat, she'll understand all that. That's slightly too old. The first time I got on a computer, like, to actually use a computer consistently was when my parents, downloaded a Game Boy Color emulator onto one of our PCs and let me play Pokemon Silver on it. I don't think I actually used... I think by the time I got to the point where I was using a computer and had my own computer, I was around 8 or 9. I think by that point, we'd already swapped to CDs from floppy disks. So while I knew what a floppy disk was, and I had seen them used before and stuff like that through my childhood, I actually mostly used CDs. Oh, dude, the amount of space that our PCs actually had was... I don't know how we survived. I can't survive these days with, like, I've got... How much space do I have? Hold on. Yeah. One of my two of my hard drives are a terabyte. And then one of them, my C drive is too small and I need a bigger C drive because it's only got like 250 gigs. Or something like that. What are CDs? No. Please. Please, no. Ugh. How'd you like the bird? I had just a bit of sliced turkey, some stuffing, some pretty good Brussels sprout salad stuff. Pretty good, not bad. CD's nuts. Okay, well that's better. See, I'm actually happy about that. Yeah, no, actually, that's fine. I would prefer that to somebody actually not knowing what CDs are. Oh my god. Okay, so my friend Miyako, we did streams before talking about things that she'd never heard before. She'd never heard like a dial-up sound before for PC stuff. I think she thought it was related to Among Us or something. I don't remember. We did a whole ass stream where I was just talking to her about things that, like, I knew from the past, like, old technology stuff that she had no idea about. But, like, I remember her being like, what's Skyrim anyway? I was sitting here like, you, please. Because she was never a gamer. She never did anything, like, technological before getting into streaming stuff. So... it made sense, but it was like, ugh. Ugh. I'm a Zoomer, but I think it's what they call a Zillennial. A zillennial, oh no. Yeah, I listened to cassettes. I did do that. I do know how to fix a cassette when the tape comes spewing out of it. You get a little pencil, stick it in, and just roll it back up again. Sort of thing. Ask someone to sign with their hands that they are on the phone. The difference between generations is so rough I felt ancient. Oh my god, you're right. Because we still do the thing with like the two like your pinky and your thumb. Where you have like the, oh my god. Yeah, little finger down, thumb up. With like the other fingers curled. Holy shit. Youth holds flat hands in the head? I would never understand that. Oh no! Oh god! No! Please! Yeah, that's how you, that's the phone symbol right there. You got it. Oh my god. Hello, greetings. I was breathing dust for 2 minutes. I would be too. Holy shit, dude. Yeah, only only older people know that the save button is actually just a floppy disk. Nobody understands what the save button is. They're just like, what is this weird square thing? Why isn't it like... Well, I actually kind of wonder what they think it should be to save something. Screaming incredible psychic damage. Yeah, me too. My friends who are actually Gen Z also do the flat hand. I don't know why they changed it and how. Yeah, that's crazy. I don't think I would want. Oh. Please, no. I want 3D prints at the save icon. Nope, not that. This one. There we go. That's what I'm looking for. Feels bad, man. Oh. Ask if the save button picture was a table with a coffee cup on it? No way. That's what they see? Oh my god. I'm dying out here. I'm suffering. The problem is, right, that I'm sitting here and I'm like, I'm getting old, and I can tell I'm getting old because I'm doing that thing that old people do, where you always talk about the past and you talk about like, oh my god, a 7 TV emote stream. What would you do for that? What would you do for that kind of stream? Anyway, sorry. I'm getting to the point where I'm like old and I'm talking about the past all the time and I'm listening to old music all the time and I'm like, I'm constantly, like, oh, I remember doing this in my childhood and stuff like that. That makes us all old then, I guess. Well, so... I think it's a little bit more... I think it hits even younger people recently. Because I feel like Gen Z still had, like, they still had, like, a childhood where they, like, still went out and did things with friends and, like, they went to the mall and stuff like that. And it was still there. But now it's just not. And it is something that held a lot more meaning. Like, you saw family more often, you saw friends more often, you got to go out and do things more often. There was more places to go and stuff like that. And I feel like we inherently kind of want those things. So I think even people that are younger are still stuck in the, I remember doing this back in my day sort of thing. Have a nice room. Thank you. Remembers when gaming consoles didn't need you to install anything or even connect to the internet at all. Oh my god. I'm actually really sick of things requiring me to connect to the internet. To like verify that I own something or whatever. I bought it. It doesn't matter who I bought it from. I am clearly in possession of this equipment in some way. It's mine. That's different for cell phones. I actually think it's good that those things like help to verify from afar and stuff like that, but ugh. Yesterday I woke up, turned on an ancient Linkin Park song, looked outside, gasped because of the shit weather, and checked out sales for that day in several grocery stores. When I realized what was happening, I nearly cried. Hitting 30 is absolutely atrocious. Yeah. 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 My first old moment was when I talked to a kid who didn't know what FNAF was. My first old moment was when I was in 5th grade. No, 6th grade. I first felt old in 6th grade. And you know why? Because I went back to visit my 5th grade classroom. I was moved from elementary school to middle school. It had been like half of the year or something like that. And I was like, oh, I'm gonna go visit my old teacher. I'm gonna see like the kids or whatever. We had a day off. So I was coming in like near the end of the day to say hi. And this 5th grader comes up to my 6th grade ass, literally a year older than him, and is like, aren't you too old to be wearing a Pokemon t-shirt? I am 1 year older. I probably wasn't even a year older. I probably was the same age as the kid. I was just taller because I was really tall back then. I know, damn. Remember when you didn't have to register a username with your full name and phone number just to use a phone or make a new email address? Yeah. Yeah. I hear they're trying to pass things in certain countries where they can just view all of your private conversations nowadays. And I'm just tired. When I was 28, some 16-year-old used the formal you in German on me, which is normally used for old people, and teachers are... Oh no! Oh no, I'm so sorry! I'm so sorry! Hello, Emily! What's up? Yeah, I feel like a lot of people are kind of stuck in nostalgia mode in a lot of ways right now. Because I feel like the present that we are living through is not very enjoyable. God loves you, I love you, be strong. Aw, cute. Remember when you didn't need to put your SSN to buy snacks from the corner store? Me in 5 years. Ugh. You guys ever read, is it 1982? 1985? I can't remember what I never remember which year it is. But that one book that was out, just the most commercialized hellscape? 1984. Thank you! Most commercialized hellscape ever. Coming to you live in the present day. Let's go. Woohoo! Or like Cyberpunk looking a little more realistic these days. Goes to show that language classes need a revamp, yeah? At 33, I barely have hair left? Oh no. Oh no. Similar books to that are Brave New World. I do know Brave New World. I never read Animal Farm, but I heard a lot about Animal Farm. And Fahrenheit 411, I don't think I heard about. 1984 wasn't about the future, it was about the present. Yeah, I know. I know. That was like about these years, I'm pretty sure. A clean shaven head either works, so you wear a hat. Yeah, my best friend went for like shaved head at some point, and I think he became a lot happier afterwards. Like he got a lot more confident and stuff like that. I think once you kind of accept it, then it's not that bad. And actually, a lot of people still look really good even without hair. A bag of dust, be nice. Be nice. If you read such books as The Fourth Industrial Revolution, sounds like cyberpunk dystopia. Oh my god. The Fourth Industrial Revolution. There's a book, I think I talked about it in another stream recently. There's a book that was talked about by, I think, Hank Green, that was called If They Build It, We Will Die, or something like that. If You Build It, We Will Die, which was about AI sentience. Kind of interested in reading that one. Something like that. I don't remember what the exact title was, but... My 5-year-old niece called me Dusty. Oh no! Yeah, you have to admit defeat to the hairline. Eventually, you just gotta take it. Take it on the chin. You know, it is the way that it is. I joke, my hair was so long at one point I had ponytail as a guy. It was not a good day in middle school. My dad's always had long hair, actually. As far as, well, I mean, he had shorter hair when he was younger, but as long as I've been aware of his existence, he's always had long hair. So I'm used to guys with long hair. I think also I grew up in like a very Native American environment. I went to powwows and stuff all the time, so I was surrounded by like lots of men with braids and stuff like that. So I've never cared about a man with long hair. Like, it's just normal to me. All those sci-fi books from the early 1900s were warnings, not guidelines. You would think that was the case, but apparently not. Apparently, people have decided that actually those were guidelines to the future, and we should follow those. I think people have just gotten more greedy. I think they saw how much money that they were getting from like the technological revolution, and like how much they were like, how much farther can I go from this? And they're still going. And it's not good. But I think we're kind of getting close to a breaking point. I think a lot of people are really tired of it, and they're just like, can we not? Like, I saw a post the other day that was like, I wanted AI to do my dishes and laundry so that I could do art and writing and stuff. I didn't want the AI to do my art and writing so that I could do my laundry and dishes. Because that's the point that we're at right now. Dusty is crazy. Sorry, I went back to it again. As I listen to this talk about cold, complicated futures while listening to AC music, I can't help but think, man, I want to live in the Animal Crossing world. You know, those home loans don't look so bad. Not that bad. You can pay off your debt by going and selling seashells at the local grocery store. And if you don't pay your debt, there's actually no consequence to it. You just don't get to upgrade. That's not that bad. Sorry. This was supposed to be like a chill, relaxing talk. Talking about like Thanksgiving and like what you guys did and what you guys are going to be up to the next couple months and stuff like that. We're just talking about desolate futures and stuff like that. But I feel like this is just the kind of stuff that I'm thinking about most of the time these days. So it makes sense that this is the direction that we've gone. Hello, Tenchi! I will never go bald. That's true. Native American people have hella good hair. This is a chill talk, I still think. I don't think we're talking about like the really bad stuff. I think a lot of it is just like nostalgia, so I think it's fine. But it's a world where money literally grows in trees. AI never cooked. Why hasn't AI cooked me a turkey dinner yet, huh? They told me. You know what they told me when I was a kid? They told me AI was gonna drive my cars for me. They're kind of doing that, but badly. They told me that I was gonna have flying cars. Haven't gotten there yet. They told me that I was gonna have, like, AI chefs. AI maids that do like all my cleaning for me. They told me, like, what happened to all that shit? Why are the AIs drawing my pictures? Have they been tinkering with flying cars? I think the worst part about flying cars, or like the most complicated part about flying cars, is making sure that it's safe and not gonna just like crash into a building randomly or something like that. I think they have to do a lot of testing. And then yeah, the legislative part is rough because like I've seen videos of people who have made like those little flying drone sort of things, like those flying skateboard sort of stuff. And they actually have to call into air control every time they want to take off because technically airspace is not free. So kind of complicated. Time to play Cyberpunk and dissociate between the shocking similarities. Yeah. 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 The Jetsons! Oh my god, that was exactly what I was thinking about too. When I was talking about like the maid robots and stuff like that, I was thinking literally about the Jetsons. Yesterday, Mom and I tried to go to the Barrel, but it was too packed. Oh, so you went to IHOP instead? I mean, IHOP's pretty good too. IHOP's pretty good too. Oh my god, now I want IHOP. I want pancakes. I'm just hungry because I drank weed tea. No, wait, hold on. I don't think CBD has any appetite influence. Does it? Maybe it does. Maybe a little bit. I'm probably just hungry. I'm probably just normal hungry. You heard about the AI that tried to eliminate its creator to stay active and not be shut down? Yeah. Yeah, I sure did. I sure did. Oh, blah, it's all about that Cracker Barrel. They tried to go. They couldn't go. Next time. Next time they'll go to the Barrel. Oh, my country fried steak. Ooh, Tres Leches pancakes sounds incredible. Holy shit. That AI was specifically designed to do that, though. That's what they failed to tell you. That's probably true to an extent. I think people, for some reason, have not listened to all of the warnings, the logical warnings that have been given out through media over time of, like, if you build an AI to do something above all else, and that is its sole purpose for existing, we, as humans, have probably put enough of our humanity into these, like, artificial beings that we're making to make them want to continue to exist to complete their purpose by any means necessary. You know? Should watch out for that. Those and the cinnamon pancakes, but we're having two different conversations and they're very different conversations. It's so funny. Yeah, those and the cinnamon pancakes. I like, there's like, I've had pecan praline pancakes before. I don't know if it's from IHOP or somewhere else, but let's incorporate them. Why isn't AI cooking my food? AI hasn't been invented yet. Yeah, that's true. It's just like, it's not actual artificial intelligence. It's just using logic that is already pre-existing. But see, yeah, that is the problem. Because all of the things that are being fed into AI are human thought, and humans are fallible. So AI is fallible. Where's the AI that will give me top? Whoa. Whoa. An AI machine like the Terminator goes into the IHOP. I would support AI if they fed me pancakes. Actually, I would support AI more if they fed me waffles. And I would support them even more if they fed me French toast. That's my list. What exact date is Turkey Day on exactly? It was yesterday. It's the last Thursday in November. is the day that is Thanksgiving, which is a weird idea. I don't know why Thursday. Why did they decide on Thursday? I guess because it's like it's the closest day to turkey, maybe? They do it for Easter too? True. What? Your flatmate left waffles in the kitchen? I'll just go cry, that's fine. Whatever. I didn't need waffles or anything. It's okay. I'm so hungry, dude. Why do you guys always end up making me so hungry? Every time I stream, I'm just sitting here like, I'm gonna eat. A lot of history to unpack there. Has to do with crimes against humanity. Really? I said 10 years ago we'd have them by now. I keep seeing these... Okay, Rend, funny thing. I keep seeing these definitely AI-generated videos pop up on my, like, YouTube Shorts feed of, like, fake AI sex bots being produced. And I don't know how to feel about it. It's like... I stare at it in horror because it's like... Get those in fake AI products. I haven't gotten fake AI products yet, but I've gotten like videos of the production line for AI sex bots that are clearly sex bots because like they've got huge tits and like you could smack them on the ass and it's so jiggly and whatever the fuck. But they're not real. It's so obvious that the videos are AI generated to me. So what is the point of making the videos? It's not on my For You page. I just scroll through YouTube Shorts way too much. So I'll scroll into the depths of YouTube Shorts. So I'll keep scrolling and scrolling and scrolling and it's been like 4 hours, dude, sometimes. I need to stop. It's actually a problem. Actually a problem. I've totally forgotten those if you hadn't mentioned waffles. Shouldn't have done it. Free ad revenue. Yeah, I guess so. Solving the male loneliness epidemic with AI. I think there's just a loneliness epidemic. I don't think it's only men. I think women are also really lonely. I think people are just lonely. Sad. AI that feeds you waffles and pancakes. Nanny androids. Nandroids! Keep scrolling, 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 scrolling. The Dante's Inferno of online slop. Yeah, basically. But then, like, after I scroll it a little bit, then I can, like, I stared in horror at those videos for a little bit, but then I went back and I made sure to mark all of them as not recommended so that it didn't corrupt my entire feed with AI bullshit. Oh my god, I had to do that while high the other day. I never said anything to my friends. I was sitting on call with them. I was probably completely silent. I have no idea what I was doing. I was high. But I was like scrolling through Twitter and I started to realize while scrolling through Twitter that most of the posts that I was getting were weird, just like the most generic video content ever that was clearly faked AI slop bullshit. And I had so much of it on my feed, and I was just sitting there in like a weird high state, not really present, clicking not recommended on all of these different posts on my Twitter feed. That was crazy, actually. She's co-opted our loneliness empire. Let me be lonely too! Sorry, this one. I could be lonely. You can share! Share your loneliness epidemic. Hold the line, brothers. You would deny a man his waffles? Deny him his waffles out of jealousy? No, it's fine. You can have your waffles. It's okay. It's fine. It's okay. God, I want waffles. Spend too much time doom scrolling YouTube thumbnails looking for a live stream to play in the background while I play video games, only to stay chatting for hours because it's my only social outfit. Oh my god, that entire comment just slapped me across the face several times. Oh, dude, I spend way more time scrolling YouTube videos now to find something that I'm actually interested in watching. Because I feel like so much of it is just like, I don't give a shit about any of this. And then, yeah, you just go watch a live stream instead. And you put that in the background. But then you're sitting there and you're like actually engaged in the live stream because like the streamer is actually pretty cool, or like you're kind of lonely and you know you can say hi to him or stuff like that, so you might as well. And then like you're stuck there for a while and then you're not even doing the thing that you were gonna do to begin with. Sucks, dude. This is what Elon Musk's Grok resume has come to. I'm gonna be real with you. Don't get a Twitter account. If you don't have Twitter already, I mean, also, I'm gonna keep calling it Twitter forever. It's never gonna be X. He's not gonna convince me. He's so upset about it, too. People keep calling it Twitter, and he's just, like, so pissed about it. But, dude, don't get a Twitter account. But if you have one, or, like, wanted to watch a dumpster fire, it's kind of funny to just sit there and watch some of the shit. Like, as long as you're logically aware that this is a platform that is completely AI controlled at this point and is just tossing things at you from an AI algorithm, it's kind of fascinating to see what it tosses at you. It's like a weird science experiment. Like, what is it actually gonna give me today? What does this program think that I care about now? Especially if you learn how to control it. Sorry, I was coughing a little bit. But especially if you learn how to control it a little bit and, like, steer it in different directions. I want to draw Kozii as Ryan Gosling in the You Look Lonely, I Can Fix That Blade Runner scene. Also, I'm sorry for firing blindly into the crowd. I didn't mean to. Sorry. Oh. The absolute gulf in conversation between Twitch and YouTube right now. Let's see. Hold on. Twitch. Male loneliness epidemic. When I'm toked up, I don't even realize if I'm looking anywhere. Yeah. Plenty of depression. Don't worry, you can have some of mine. Yeah. YouTube, I love waffles. Twitch, actually, the average man would totally accept an AI girlfriend. I mean, no, YouTube isn't only doing waffles. All of that red stuff is YouTube. There's a lot of food, but there's also a lot of, like, that's where the doom scrolling YouTube thumbnails looking for a live stream to play because you're so lonely it came from. The gentrification of male loneliness by animated girls is a fantastic statement, though. That's such a fucking funny comment, dude. It's so funny. Happy when the algo introduces me to a microscopic Minecraft or a Japanese band, but that's like so rare. It's really hard to actually find things that you want on YouTube these days. I think it's hard to find things on the internet these days. I think you actually, like, okay, it's gone from recommended feeds kind of like taking a look at the stuff that you're actually interested in and like the topics that you like and like kind of like trying to recommend you something that you might want to look at. It's gone from that to like this weird state of like it doesn't actually know what you like. It's just picking the most popular things from the thing that you liked, the most popular keywords, and then tossing that at you, but then you don't like what it gives you. So it doesn't understand what you like. So it keeps trying, but it changes your feed constantly. So you're never actually getting an idea of like a singular topic or anything like that. You're not actually figuring out what you want out of the algorithm. It's just tossing shit at you. And then you don't want any of it. And you're sitting there like, this is so annoying. I would rather just go back to my subscription feed again. Or like, I would rather just go back, like, I would rather wait until I want to watch something and I know that I want to watch something and then search for it. But searching for things is also hard, especially because of AI. Searching for things is bullshit now. Nostalgia aggregators like Neos. Oh my god. Not NeoCities. I think there was like a bunch of VTubers or like just content creators in general that started making like these websites on like old style GeoCities websites on like the newer site alternatives. And like they were making the little buttons to hook up to each other's pages and stuff like that, like the old days when we all just made those little silly customized websites just for the hell of it. They're pretty cute. Yeah, NeoCities. Great for finding Web 1 and Web 2 culture style sites. I'm surprised that there hasn't been more forum style websites that have gotten more popular. Well, kind of and kind of not. But like Reddit happened and then nobody tried after that. I guess. Won't be long till Metal Gear Solid 2 comes upon us. Like Neopets? Well, yeah, like Neopets is a kid site. I'm surprised there's not more kid sites like that. I'm surprised that nobody has tried to make something that's like a new style kid site. Because I feel like there's a lot of things that they could use to make a kid site. If we were back in the 90s, early 2000s, and the whole Labubu trend happened, you don't think that there would have been like a little video game made for Labubus? Or like a web page where you had like extra mini games that you could play for Labubus? Or talk about your Labubus on a little forum or page or something like that? I have one of my favorite stupid games from when I was a kid was a Captain Crunch video game where you got these stupid little, I mean basically Labubus. You got these stupid little like crunchlings. They were just like fur balls with legs and heads. Legs, arms, heads. And you like raised them from being a baby crunchling into being an adult crunchling, and you did like mini games along the way. I feel like that with Labubus would have been fantastic for kids. Interesting what comments of mine get auto-modded. Yeah, that's YouTube for you. Would you like to watch this Jacob Geller video for the check notes 78th time? Oh my god, they recommend me so many videos that I've watched in the past because they don't know what I want to watch anymore. Webkins are making a small comeback? I think Habbo Hotel made a small comeback, didn't it? And Neopets is also making a comeback. Neopets is a new pet, guys. Neopets, okay, so Neopets got under new ownership like last year sometime. I went back to Neopets. They started up a new plot line, which I haven't checked on in like a year now. So I really should go back and check on it and see what kind of shit I've missed out on. But they made a new pet. What is it called again? It's called the Varwolf. Called the Varwolf. Hold on, I'll get you a picture. Image. This. There you go. The Varwolf. It's actually kind of cute. kind of just reminds me of like all like anything that kids like tried to make, which was like a bat wolf creature sort of thing when they were trying to make like their OC back in the day. But like, you know, it's still pretty cute. Those teeths, yeah. So Neopets was making a small comeback. Neopets was combining with a Habbo Hotel thing recently, I think. I saw like an advertisement for it or something. Where they had like Neopets and Habbo Hotel or whatever. Oh, I guess you could say Vorwolf. Ooh. Ooh, maybe not the right name for ooh. The thing is, I do want to watch them again. That's fair. Fair. But they just keep sending me so many videos that I've watched a million times. We babysat a toddler today, and he sat and watched Bluey silently with his mouth open for 4 hours. Wowee. Wowee. Is it just the Neopet style, or does this look like someone's persona from the mid-2010s? I mean, it kind of does, but I mean, I think that's also just like what Neopets basically is, so I think that, you know... I think that's kind of normal. Bluey, best show in the universe. Bluey is a good show. I'm glad that kids are watching Bluey over AI slop. You know? Because they could have just, like, stared at a video for 4 hours of, like, some princess, some generic princess going and doing weird AI things in the universe and being a superhero or something like that. But they were watching Bluey. So... small wins, I guess. I like my bats with the horrible little nose. The horrid little nose is very important. Dispatch understands this. I see. I see. The, like, kind of pig nose sort of thing? The, like, wrinkly nose? YouTube Kids is definitely not for kids. It's not. I don't think YouTube Kids has ever been for kids. I think YouTube Kids is like... I think they made YouTube Kids with the idea that it would be for kids content, but it actually just became like a giant, ridiculous... money generator? Maybe? It's just a bunch of bullshit. It's just like the most random ass shit tossed together so that kids will stare at it. It's just a slop farm. Crazy. RuneScape, I think, Schadenfreude was talking about it. I think RuneScape was trying to come back, but I think people are kind of pissed off at RuneScape. For various reasons. They're like, trying to make a comeback, but people are like, you just need to lower your prices and, like, get with the times. Sort of thing. With RuneScape. Gaia, I don't know about. Gaia is fucked. Like, Neopets' economy has actually been slowly recovering, and it's been getting a lot better. Gaia's economy is... wowee. It sure is a lot. Oh, yeah, I don't think I have things set up for people to be able to post links in chats, unfortunately. But if you're in the Discord, you could post some stuff in there. Elsa Gate? No! With the Spider-Man stuff? Elsa gets pregnant from Spider-Man sort of shit. Please don't tell me that's still happening on YouTube Kids. Please, no. No. Speaking of Kids Shows and Turkey Day, gotta rewatch Over the Garden Wall. I had never watched Over the Garden Wall. I should probably watch it. I heard it was good. I just never saw it. You know what I've been rewatching recently? I've been rewatching this anime called Hanasaku Iroha from like 2008 or something. I don't know, it's pretty old. Hanasaku Iroha Iroha. I can't say that name properly. It's about like a girl who she lived in Tokyo. She lived in a big city with her mom, her mom was not very good at taking care of her, and so she ended up being like the main person that was responsible for most things in the house. And she never really had like a good role model. But one day her mom decides that she's gonna run off with her boyfriend, and she's stuck having to go and live with her grandma, who she doesn't know because her grandma and her mom don't have a good relationship. And she goes to live and work inside of a hot spring. No, I think it's a hot spring. I think it's a hot spring inn. It's mostly just like an old style Japanese inn, but I think they do have a hot spring in it. So she goes to work inside of an inn and finds out that her grandma is like really incredibly strict, and all of the people there are really incredibly strict, and they all yell at her all the time, and she's just trying to do what she knows and do her best. But like her best just quite literally isn't good enough. And she keeps making mistakes, and she doesn't really pay attention to the people around her as much because she never really learned all that. So it's just like her learning to be more of an adult, I guess, and like do like more intense hard work with the people around her more, put some responsibility on other people, and like trust them to do things, stuff like that. It's a good show. That sounds like a stressful watch. No, it's not bad. It's just like, it's kind of like getting reality checked. She gets reality checked a lot. And a lot of the time you might be sitting there and going, well, that was kind of mean of these people or something like that. But it helps her grow, and it helps her realize things about herself, and it helps her actually think about what she wants and who she wants to be and stuff like that. So it's a good thing. It's a good show. It's a good show. My YouTube Shorts feed right now is mostly anime, despite me not really watching anime. Mine is mostly Has-Been Hotel, despite me not watching the new season of Has-Been Hotel yet. You trying to introduce my nieces to stuff that isn't AI slop, like nature channels or I just violently remembered that back when I was younger, I used to watch the hell out of like the History Channel or like National Geographic stuff, or like oh god. Oh my god, like the home improvement sort of channels that had those like house things, the like house decorating things or whatever the hell. My YouTube chat is disconnecting again. Why? Why are you doing this to me? I do need to watch season 2 of Has-Been. I've seen a lot of the songs already, so I kind of have an idea of how things are going with season 2 of Has-Been, but I still haven't finished watching, so I still gotta. There we go. YouTube chat reconnected. Discovery Channel was my jam in the 90s. Yeah, right? Like, I really liked channels like that. I liked watching things about animals, because I really liked animals in general, but I also just liked watching. I thought it was fascinating to learn their habits and stuff like that. And then introduce kids to the 90s sitcom Home Improvement. Huh? Sitcoms, I never was into. I never got into sitcoms. I think there was only a couple of sitcoms that I watched, I think. One of them was really into How I Met Your Mother for a while. That was not when I was like a kid, but like a teen, or like just barely an adult. Was my favorite kids show. My favorite kids shows were interesting. I mean, if we're talking about what were my favorite shows when I was a kid, stuff like Ren and Stimpy, or like Pinky and the Brain, or like kind of fucked up shit, to be honest. Ah, Real Monsters, I liked that. I liked Cow and Chicken. I was really into Robot Chicken and like other Adult Swim shows that I shouldn't have been watching. But those weren't kid shows. I just was watching them as a kid. I was like I was into weird fucked up shit as a child. And a strange side-scroller video game. Did it really? Your childhood and teen years sound like mine. Between video games and the computer, then SNES and SNES and PS1. Watching the likes of Discovery, History, Nat Geo, Dragon Ball Z. Oh yeah, the anime stuff too. I really liked Yu Yu Hakusho. That was my jam. I loved the hell out of Yu Yu Hakusho. I still think that that's the best tournament arc in most anime. Because I don't think I've seen a better tournament arc than Yu Yu Hakusho's tournament arc. Though I heard that when they made Yu Yu Hakusho into a, I know, it was the coolest. I heard that when they made it into an actual, like, live action show, Yu Yu Hakusho tournament arc got, like, cut tremendously. So they took, like, the best part of Yu Yu Hakusho and they ruined it. I did watch Courage, and I was traumatized by the tablet episode. Like most kids my age. I did not watch The Wiggles. If we're talking about, like, really, really childhood shows, like kiddie baby shows, I did watch Teletubbies, I think. I watched... Blue's Clues was probably a big one. I wasn't into Bear in the Big Blue House. That wasn't my thing. I didn't really watch Dora either, I think. Trying to think of other kids shows. Oh, what's that? What was that called? The Magic School Bus. I watched a hell of a lot of The Magic School Bus, actually. But I also read a lot of books when I was a kid. Like, I read way more. I read, a shit ton of Nancy Drew books when I was younger. So much. I do remember Heathcliff, but I didn't really... Heathcliff wasn't really a big part of my childhood. A Brave Little Toaster, though. Or, like, oh god, what was that? The dinosaur movies. With, like, Littlefoot and stuff. I forget what that was called. But I watched the hell out of those, too. I did watch the live-action Yu Yu Hakusho, and while there was some honestly cool fight scenes, yeah, they handled the fight with Kogoro in a way that basically skipped the whole ass Dark tournament, so that was a bummer. That sucks. Land Before Time, yeah, that's the one. Robopaka? Not a robot. What the hell? Robopaka, what the fuck? The plaques from middle school. 7th grade top reader and 8th grade top reader. I read so many books when I was younger. And I did kind of get back into it a couple years back. And I was reading a lot of things. I read a whole book series called the Cradle series. Oh, that guy. This guy over here. I think he's a bunny. I don't think he's a paka. I think he's a bunny. Loki recommend the Beyblade Metal Saga to anyone that watches anime for hype moments and aura farming. A lot of good hype anime moments. Whoa. Spilled my tea. Ooh. A little bit, but... How could this happen to me? I spilled my tea. I loved Watership Down! I don't think I watched the film. I read it. I read so many animal books. Not like in a furry way. I think it's because I was autistic, to be honest with you. I feel like I did not fit in with people. So I felt like different cultures of like animal people who had like different ways of thinking fit in more or like made more sense to me than people. So I think that's why I got really into animal books. But I like watched and I watched and read so many things related to animals. One of my favorite authors ever was his name is David Clement Davies, I think. And he just made a bunch of different books. Like one of them is called Sight. It was about wolves. I think he made 2 books on the wolves actually. And it was just like a wolf society that it was kind of similar to Watership Down in that it was just like following along with the wolves as they were dealing with like hunters and stuff like that. And then he did another one that was called Firebringer. It was about deers and like a deer society. And usually it had some sort of spiritual connection sort of thing, or like there was some sort of supernatural power or whatever that was attached to the creatures. So like I think there was a deer who had like a special, or was that the wolf one? One of them had like a special marking or something, and it was like, oh, the prophecy or whatever. When it comes to books, I tore through the Warrior Cats books, but Legend of the Guardians was my true obsession. I never got into Warrior Cats. I know a lot of people that did. That read like a lot of Warrior Cats books. And like got really into the series. Including Honey. I'm pretty sure Honey also got into the Warrior Cats series. But xenofiction. Is that like the genre? Is that what it's called? Xenofiction? Cool if so. Wait, what? You're allowed to be a furry. No, she isn't. Don't give her ideas. That's funny. In video games, whenever I can, I almost never play a human or the more human-like beings, like elves and dwarves. I think it's fun to play the other races like that, but I learned a lot about writing when I was younger. And one of the things that I learned about writing was that you almost always have to have like a humanoid race involved, and you have to almost always create them as like the main protagonist sort of thing, so that people can relate to things easier, because a lot of people can't relate to alien races or like don't care about alien races nearly as much as they do about something that's human. So if you present someone with a human and an alien in a story, they're automatically going to align with the human more just because it's a human. Which is a really interesting thing about writing. Makes a book about living bread. Well, it's a really interesting thing about writing because as long as you give an alien type of creature humanoid features, it kind of works. So if you create something that kind of looks human, but is like blue or whatever, then the creature can still be really relatable to people, and they'll still like, applies to robots too. Yeah, true. If you make a robot that's really humanoid, then they'll basically just shove human traits onto this being, and they will relate to it a lot more than if they're just like, you know, an alien or whatever, or a robot or whatever. If it's too far away from the human condition and like how a human is and how a human acts, then it just won't do as well. Like as a written piece or like as a movie or anything like that. As media, it won't do as well. Which is hilarious to me because it's like I'm looking at the world with this idea in mind, which is a true thing that people have thought about and have like researched and stuff like that for a long time, and suddenly we're all trying to create content with AI and none of it feels very human, and something always feels really off about it, and now people are starting to rebel against that sort of content and they don't like it very much because it's not human. Interesting. I'm the odd one where I relate less with humans or humanoids than I do with aliens, especially half humans, like, for example, Data or Spock. I think that that's a neurodivergent thing. I think people, like, who are neurodivergent and like don't really relate very well with like the normal consensus for humanity or like what people think, they will usually feel a little bit more relatable things from alien creatures or stuff like that. Alien creatures are like... That's why I think that I was really into those animal books when I was younger. Xenofiction is fiction focused on non-humanoid, usually animal protagonists and characters. I see. Yeah, actually, we have somebody made a philosophy and literature channel in the Discord. It is under hobbies. I think yes, it's under hobbies. It's under the hobbies channel. It's like a couple down. But somebody made a philosophy and literature channel, and I was really excited about the fact that they made it, first of all. But also, like, this is a good place to use it, actually. There's a great space movie like this with Adam Sandler called Spaceman. It only has one human feature. Really? Huh. Summons the furries. No, please. Sorry, I went on a huge tangent about literature and stuff like that, but, yeah. Point is, I'm really into, I guess, xenofiction. I guess that's... Okay, so then, alright. So there's two genres of literature that I think that I'm really into then. Because when I when I read the Cradle series recently, that was another kind of literature that I had just barely learned about, which is typically more seen in Chinese literature, apparently, called progression fantasy, I believe. And it pretty much follows like one person from very, very, very rock bottom, like they are lesser than everyone else, all of their peers around them and stuff like that. And it follows their progression up into basically being like god level deific powers. And it like showcases all of their growth and stuff along the way, which I really liked because as a role player, especially as a role player that likes to do multiversal roleplay and stuff like that sometimes, or like, you know, D&D style stuff or stuff like that, it helps you to learn how to showcase someone being strong at like martial arts and punching versus like planetary destruction and like blowing up worlds and what kind of like things that you would write to depict the differences, if that makes sense. Hold on, let me get more music. Do this one. Ah, not an ad. I hate it here. This is an interesting talk on for like a Black Friday thing. Funny. Cultivator stories? Is that another way to put it? Can't deal with animal books / shows. I always feel more sad if one of them dies or something bad happens. That's fair. See, that's the other part of relatability. Weirdly, you you relate more with a human, so you might not care as much if they get hurt or stuff like that. That might not be as big of a deal. Which is why, like, people care a lot if you kick or shoot or anything like that a dog in video games, but they don't give a shit if you shoot somebody in the head. But they might care a little bit more if it's a kid. Sometimes. Sometimes people just want to kill the kids too. Really like xenofiction, but whenever I make a TTRPG character, they almost always end up being human because what makes them interesting is who they are, not what. True. True. The backstory and stuff like that really is what matters more. Yeah, what something is. Self-identify as something I've struggled with my whole life. True. I think it's hard for a lot of neurodivergent people to self-identify with things because I don't think that you feel like it's very similar to you as a person. Perhaps my favorite fictional being is a shapeshifter. about any kind of shapeshifter, especially those with no normal form. That's kind of cool. Sometimes making them fantasy race can underscore that unique factor they have. True! Oh my god, actually, there was a long time period where I was making a lot of, like, fantasy-esque creatures or, like, things that were more unique and stuff like that, and I eventually just got kind of tired of it in a way, because it felt like adding in, like, when I added in those fantasy features to them, it completely undermined the actual story that they were going through. And, like, who they were. And that didn't matter as much. So, if you're playing just, like, a bland humanoid person, it's a little bit different. I think that's maybe why I got so attached to GTA RP for a little bit. Because I tried to make a character that... I mean, she has a lot of... Heck, B stream? What's B doing? What's B up to? What the B doing? I'll go look. Minecraft. Oh, Do is playing Elden Ring again. Minecraft. Oh my god. She's building. Oh, she's building. Oh my god. It's happening. Wowee. Oh my god. The dome is happening. I need to make more glass. I'll probably do that later tonight. Make sure I'm sitting around and cooking up the rest of the glass that I needed. Methinks my fantasy POV prefs are because my whole life I've felt either like a human among non-humans or some sort of alien robot in a skin suit who was born on the wrong planet. Fair and valid. But no, I think that that's probably why I got really, into GTA RP for a while, because it was literally just, like, a girl. Like, she's just, like, a human. All of her friends are supernatural. In some way. Or, like, maybe not necessarily supernatural, but, like, let's see. Colt had some shit going on, but I won't talk about it because who knows, maybe he'll want to do it someday. B was a robot. B was an android that was, like, also a super hyper, in-depth android that, like, was really crazy and had a lot of, like, technology behind her and, like, a lot of funding and stuff like that from the government. Prom was touched by some eldritch horror beyond imagination. And, was he was a cannibalistic serial killer, but he was, like, also touched by some sort of horror. And had, like, supernatural things happening to him. Who else? Connor just had a lot of stuff happening with drugs, but it was, like, very fantastical. Fantastical? Is that a word? Either way, it was very fantasy-based drug use and drug issues. And meanwhile, my character was just... She did have, like, the dark backstory sort of shit going on, and, like, oh my god, her parents were killed, and blah 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 blah. But, dude just worked for a cartel. She was just a human chick that had addict parents, and they kind of suffered for it, and she ended up working for a cartel. And that was her life. And the things that happened to her and the people she met and who she was as a person was more interesting than what she was or, like, anything like that. Just a girl. The movie that probably made me cry the most in the cinema was Flow. For the moment that little cat first got in danger, I realized, oh no, I'm not strong enough for this. Yeah. Yeah. I'm sure this is very familiar with neurodivergence, especially those who never got diagnosed or ever met with another ADHD or autism until adulthood. I knew a lot of people that I think were either autistic or ADHD, but I don't think most of them knew about it. Beyond Journey's End throws such ideas into the bin when humanoid demons were introduced. Yeah? Yeah. So where the protag is the one and only human surrounded by everything that isn't human sounds right up my alley. Well, don't you worry. I'm probably gonna go back to doing it again. It's probably gonna be a show. Probably gonna... I don't know how I want to do... Okay. So I've been thinking about it, right? I'm thinking about, like... Hello! Howdy! I've been thinking about what I want to do with, GTA RP, because I feel like I do want to do it. And I feel like I do want to make it, like, part of my content, and I want that... Because I like it a lot. I'm into it. And it's probably the only form of RP that I can do live easily enough. So I've been trying to figure out ways to do cool things, to do more events and stuff like that, to stream it more often and etc. I probably wouldn't do it with my model necessarily. I probably will for VTRP with like Granny Applebottom and stuff like that, but I probably won't for normal GTA RP to give more emphasis on the character. Minecraft RP. That actually is something that is planned. Some of my friends are working on a Minecraft RP server. I need to actually go back to helping them with it, but I've been going through it, so I wasn't helping for a little while. Might really like the World of Darkness line of TTRPGs then. One of the main hooks is that the setting is play the mundane person imaginables. Play the most mundane person imaginable sucked into a world of infinite strangeness. Pretty cool. Warhammer 40k is interesting too, because a lot of it is really pushed on the humans. And like the humans are a big emphasis of it. So that's also something that's like very Minesweeper RP? No. Also, how are you doing? I'm doing good. You know, we've just been talking about a lot of random shit. This is a very interesting stream. We started talking about, like, nostalgic things from the past, and then we started talking about AI bullshit for a while, and then we were talking about, now we're talking about literature and roleplay and stuff. Read a bunch of Exalted, made by the same White Wolf company behind World of Darkness. I have heard a lot about Exalted, but I haven't actually looked into it myself. Minecraft RP. I kind of do that in my single player games. So, I think Minecraft RP, I kind of end up doing it naturally anyways. Like, I feel like when I was in the, mythical SMP, I was kind of role-playing anyway, because I made a cult. I made a fish cult. And I was trying to get people to join it and stuff like that. And technically that still counts as just, like, doing RP stuff. But I like darker things. I like heavier storylines. I like... Aw, thank you for gifting subscriptions! Thank you so much! Oh my god! Thank you! Oh, it hit good people too. Hell yeah. I like darker things and more interesting storylines, and like I like drama to an extent. Don't like normal like high school style drama. Pop up on my face. But I like intrigue. I like how can I put this? Like mystery, detective sort of shit. I don't know. I was doing this whole arc with one of my characters. She is technically a serial killer. There was a lot of serial killings that were at the docks that all had like song lyrics tied to them. And I did have ideas for like how I wanted it to play out and stuff like that. But I liked watching people try to solve who the person was behind everything and stuff like that. Thought it was interesting. Did someone mention Minesweeper? My old addiction. Started off being a Warhammer head, but lately I'm on a World of Darkness binge. Really? Huh. Use combinations of Origins mods to that end. I'm currently roleplaying an Iron Dragonborn, born under the Chinese zodiac of the Ox. I also like roleplaying in like games. So that reminds me that I did a lot of like roleplay based stuff kind of when I was doing like Skyrim Let's Plays or stuff like that. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of a guy called Gopher. I think he goes by Gopher's Vids or something on YouTube. He's done a lot of mods and stuff like that for... Thank you for another gifted. Thank you so much. Oh my god, more! Wow! Wow! Thank you! I really appreciate it! Oh my god. Wowie! 50 is crazy! Thank you! Gonna do some grocery shopping while the gift memberships grow. This is gonna be a hot minute. 50 is crazy! Thank you! I guess I did lower the price a lot. It is only $3 for gifted on YouTube, so it's a lot easier for people to do gifted on YouTube. A new power is rising in Middle Earth. Look at them all. This is gonna hit pretty much everybody. It hit Pigeon. It hit Jusagi's on there. I think I saw Kevachino on here. Hunt's on here. Manager-kun. Yeah, I'm gonna fight the pop-ups. I don't know how to actually skip the pop-ups. You've been sniped. Hell yeah, Crow. Oh my god. Necro news. Nice. Look at all these. Wowee. Very distracted suddenly. Thank you so much. Holy. Yeah, the mods got gifted. Several, actually, I think. This Pigeon also got one. Pat got a gift. Slane got a gift. Harold got a gift. I know a lot of these names. Dodged? Oh. No, you already have a membership. You can't be dodged. You already got one. I'll scoot over here while that continues. Wowee! Thank you. Christmas did come early. Holy. Sheesh. Ah! Pop-up still got me. Yeah, Necronews got one. Hell yeah. I'll probably tell... I was talking to Booster earlier, so I'll probably tell him later. My god. This is gonna be going for a little while, I think. If it gets annoying, I'll go and skip past the pop-ups or something like that. But I do think it's funny to watch them pop up like this, so I'll leave them for now. What? I got so distracted just now. Edgy stuff. RP. Fight the pop-ups. Rah, rah, fight the pop-ups. Edgy stuff. I like a lot of RP that has a lot of whatchamacallit, depth and stuff like that. That makes people think a lot. That makes the characters think a lot. Thank you so much. Hell yeah, Slane. I guess I'll have to do a membership stream soon. Huh. Oh my god, if I do a membership stream, I don't have to use this chat. I can use... No, I can't use the other chat. Membership streams don't like chat bots. Never mind. Depth and deep darkness kind of RP? Yeah, kind of. I mean, I like the lighter things too. I think that you have to balance it. I think if it's only darkness, and it was for a little while, for GTA RP, it became just the dark stuff eternally for like several months. And I think we all got really sick of it. So you definitely need humor and like extra things in there too. But if you balance that out with like more darker depth, interesting plot lines and stuff like that, then I think you get the best of both worlds. you get lots of character progression. You get to like see your characters do really cool things and like learn more about themselves and like grow as human beings or not human beings, whatever they are. While at the same time doing silly things like going and pretending to be noir detectives while robbing a jewelry store. Matt Mercer's approach to dark topics? What's his approach? Was literally just saying row row by the power out loud. Well, you know what they say, like streamer, like chat. Yeah, bright spots are needed. I think if you don't have the like brighter spots in RP and it's all just like dark stuff eternally, then shit gets fucked. And you don't really go back. You get stressed out. There's a lot of like probably stuff going on in people's normal lives, and you just don't want to deal with constant sadness all the time like that. Points of light, generic D&D setting. A breath of fresh air. Like cute jack-o'-lanterns and silly ghost friends in your horror story, yeah. He traps players by using themes early on that seem innocent and then slams a truck into them at 120 miles per hour before finishing the campaign. I do like that sort of stuff. I am into that sort of thing. You realize slowly that this entire time... You realize slowly that your friend seems to have something missing behind their eyes. Like a light that was there back in the day, but isn't there these days. That and it turns out they're a monster! Sometimes a guy that can just be a laugh when it gets too serious is good. Yeah. Yeah, somebody that RP is solely as comic relief is pretty nice. Like Spexy. Spexy does fantastic just comic relief sort of RP. And she kind of only just... It's just good vibes. Even if it's like drama, it's like silly drama. And she makes light of things that otherwise would be like really dark and grim and stuff like that. And I think it's helpful and good. It's still going. It's almost done. It's almost done. There's like 10 more, I think. The rest of your party was AI the entire time! Surprise! I wonder if that's gonna happen someday. Where, oh my god, that would be a video idea that somebody would do probably. Where they do a D&D campaign, but there's only one actual player and all the other ones aren't real. And it's like a text-based D&D campaign or something like that, so you never like see any of the other people or whatever. It's just done in some sort of D&D simulator thing. And it turns out that the whole time that one person was working with AI. Someone would do that shit. Trailer park Spexy. Spexy always makes a trailer park. She's like a trailer park queen. He always does the trailer park. The park! Really important. It's over Discord with 3 puppet accounts. Yeah, right? If there's only bad things happening all the time, you risk not allowing yourself to become emotionally attached and end up not caring about the characters. A storyteller death sentence. True! Because you need something good to just be able to like fall back on and go, oh, that's nice. They just had a nice sweet moment together or something like that. Madoka. Madoka does do a good job of like balancing stuff like darker stuff with lighter stuff. Hello, Stealthy! Sorry about the pop-ups. I was gifted a lot of subscriptions on YouTube. You're doing a second Thanksgiving? You're doing another one? Another one. I'm doing good today. Made the food yesterday. No one showed? Oh no. Oh. That's sad. I'm sorry. But I mean, yeah, at least you're doing a second one. Comedic relief in darker, more serious settings is a very difficult and underappreciated craft. A solid approach is the soldiers / gallows humor approach. The character is trying to make light of it. Yeah. I think when I go back to doing RP stuff, I kind of want to, it's done. It ended. It's over. When I go back to RP stuff, I kind of want to do, I mean, Granny Applebottom is just a comic relief character. So I'm gonna be her in VTRP and do a bunch of stuff with her that's just like comic relief and like silly stuff and whatever. But when I go back to the other server that I was on, I'm probably gonna try and be more lighthearted about some things. In a way. I think my character has learned a lot about the world and also about herself and about how she thinks and acts and stuff like that. So I think she can probably become one of those characters that's like, that does make light of things or like is just kind of funny and stuff like that most of the time, and then becomes the serious sort of type when needed. Maybe. I don't know, but I was also gonna do like a darker, she usually had like a more lighter pitched voice. Like I went higher pitched for her voice. I wonder if I can do it still. She was vaguely southern coded, but she pulled back on it really hard, and now I don't think I can do that same vocal. Maybe. Hello there. What are y'all doing today? Sort of thing. She was lighter pitched than me. She was like higher pitched sort of thing. But I want to go deeper. I want to go dark, like lower pitched. Why, hello there. How are you doing? Sort of thing. Not quite lower pitch. I mean, it's more my pitch, but it's like a little bit more smooth. So I want to try doing that. Because she's a character that never really had a set voice to begin with. Like, her voice was always flexible with how I created her. Oh my god. Careful, that was too strong. That's a good thing, isn't it? Isn't that a good thing? Wouldn't you want to watch a stream of that? Of me being a badass, like, gang leader, potentially, talking like that? Isn't that a good thing? What's wrong? Is there a problem? Talk like that to people. Some people might not survive. Yeah, but I think it's cool. She'd sound so cool. She'd be like cool older sister vibes. She's younger than me. She's like 24, I think, is what she's gonna be. I don't know, I have to check. I have to check her ID card. I have to check when her birthday was so that I can like write it down properly. I think she was born in 2001, so what, she's 24 right now? She'll be 25 probably soonish. In March. Drinking more of my tea. One of my favorite examples is Star Wars Republic Commandos, where the squad banter is genuinely funny and well-written, but it's clear they're trying to cope with the stress. That was the kind of shit, that was the kind of RP that I got near the end of when I was in that server that I was in. Because our characters had gone to literally hell. They went to literally hell. I don't have pictures of it anymore, I don't think. Unfortunately. But they went to literally hell, and it was traumatizing as fuck. And a lot of them didn't know how to deal with it, and were trying desperately to cope in whatever ways they could. So, like, there was days where we literally just went out and did, like, car boosting or whatever, and we were just fucking around and stuff like that. And trying to ignore the overarching horrific things that were happening in our lives. In their lives. But, you know. I think if I get into GTA RP again, I probably won't be on enough to be a main character, but I like to think I'd be a fun random encounter. See, I think that that's a fun way to do it too. If you just don't have the time to be on like consistently and around all the time like that. I think it's fun to just like sometimes pop in with like a random for fun character and just like be one of the random encounters. I think that that's actually a fantastic way to do a lot of GTA RP stuff. If you don't think that you can be around a lot, then you just think about, okay, I can play... if I were to play a character, what character would be funny for people to bump into? Sort of thing. And like, what kind of interactions could I get out of it? Ask people about stingrays and such. Not again. Not the stingrays. That was kind of what my Annie Mae character was. Because I did a character called Annie Mae who was just like... She talked like an anime girl. Well, hello there! Sort of thing. She talked like an anime character. She was, a drug addict. Who thought that she was a real magical girl. Or maybe she was a real magical girl and actually did come from another dimension. Who knows? There was a lot of supernatural shit in that server, so it's possible. But Annie Mae, kind of just ran around doing really random shit with people a lot of the time. The real magic was on the table at that one club. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I do want to go back to RP stuff again and do more of it. I just like RP to begin with, so making it part of my content and doing that. I think it also helps to have like a chat around and like not fully focus on the RP because then you don't get consumed by it in a way. I know that can also be an issue where like you get too in the RP and you get real, you know, you're just, that's your life, that's all you're doing. So you just kind of get stuck in it. But I think having a chat and stuff like that can kind of mitigate some of that and make it feel a little bit more like, oh yeah, I'm still me. It's fine if this is happening to some character girl. It doesn't matter because, like, look, chat's still here. I'm still okay. I'm still vibing. Also, you can sometimes rant at things that you don't like to chat, and it's funny. So I'll do more GTA RP once that server comes up. Which might be sometime in December if I had to guess. How was my turkey day? It was alright. I just had some sliced turkey, some stuffing, some like Brussels sprout sort of salad stuff, and pie and cranberry sauce. Pretty good. I think we have a lot of that stuff still, so I'll probably still have a bit more like turkey or something like that after a stream. Just as a snack. A quick snacky. Maybe even put it on a croissant. Turkey sandwich croissant might be good. Because we've got some croissants. I love croissants. I love butter bread. Yeah. RPing is my thing. And it has always been my thing, so I might as well just lean into it. And start doing more of it. Become an RP VTuber. I don't know if... The thing is that when you do lots of RP stuff, people expect you to do tabletop. And I don't think I would ever really get into tabletop. I don't think I'm into the systems as much as I am... like, the interactions. And the freedom. I like freeform RP. Who do you want to be today? That's the other thing. I do really want to make skits and stuff still. So I guess that would be like kind of writing a story between like different characters. But if I wanted to do skits, I would want to make like a different either I would want to get one of those customizable models to be a different character from me, or I would want to make like a toggle that would be different. I mean, I could always just do this. Just do different colors of myself as different characters. I think that another VTuber did that before, and I did like that. Bring it all the way back to Machinima. Oh my god. You guys ever watch Shadows of Israel? Minecraft stuff? I love that shit. I love episodic things. I love stories. I love characters. I like RP a lot. I want to do more of that stuff. It's just hard. I think the hardest part is that I'm my own editor and my own artist and my own, like, rigger, and I do so much of my own stuff that I get consumed by making things. And I don't get to just sit around and try and plan stuff. But I'm gonna probably just do it. I'm just gonna do it. Because a lot of the time I'm also sitting around, like, scrolling freaking my YouTube Shorts page or whatever, right? So if I just do it, I just go for it, it'd be better. Maybe. Maybe. I don't know. Thoughts? Head empty. I have to finish my tea, it's cold. There we go. Ugh. I still wanna do more, nostalgic or, like, older games and stuff like that. I wanted to, start getting on, like, a weekly schedule of, like, specific time slots. Which is something that I wanted to do before. Just hadn't really gotten into. Oh my god, and I want to do my podcast again. Memory leak? Just a nostalgia podcast, pretty much. I think I have a better, I guess, idea of what I want to do with it next. So, I just need to make a set for it and then start inviting people onto it. Oh, memory leak with B would be fun. Just do it! Thanks, Shia LaBeouf. In the middle of door dashing? You were in the middle of door dashing? I did say memory leak. B really liked memory leak too. She also has been pushing me to do my podcast again. She thought it was great, and she keeps like talking about how cool the name is and stuff like that. How great the name memory leak is. LARPing is great, but you either need to know other people, inconceivable, or mingle with strangers. The horror! I think that's kind of... I think GTA RP is the midpoint. Maybe. I think, like, I think any voice RP, maybe, done in a video game is kind of the midpoint between LARPing and, like, text role-playing sort of stuff. Because a lot of the time, you're in a server, and you don't know the other people, and you have to try and get to know the other people and, like, learn all of that stuff and whatever. But it's also a video game, so it's a little bit easier. Not that bad. It has video game concepts and stuff like that that you can lean back on. Hello! Thank you for the 2 bits. I'm doing pretty good. DoorDash race. Oh my god, we gotta do another DoorDash race. Okay, I'm gonna start writing this shit down. I'm thinking about content now, so I might as well start writing shit down. Okay, I would like to do... here we go. I want to try and get memory leak going again. I'm probably gonna try and get memory leak going. I don't know if I would get it going by January or February. It might be after my content ideas.txt. I had stuff like that. Back when I first started, I had like notepads on my phone that actually had like content ideas and stuff like that on them, or like skit ideas or whatever, joke ideas. I actually, when I first started streaming altogether, I would make like a list of things that I could potentially talk about on stream, because sometimes I was just sitting there like, what do I do? So I made a list of like anything that I thought about that might be interesting throughout a day. And I would have the list sitting on my phone in front of me, like by my monitor. So if there was ever a point where I felt like I hadn't talked a lot in a while, I would look at the list and be like, oh yeah! And just start talking about whatever the things on the list were. Which I think was very helpful. So if you're like trying to get into streaming or stuff like that, I think it is actually pretty helpful. I have a notes app page of content ideas. Yeah, I think everybody that does content has that sort of thing. VTuber Jeopardy? Hold on. I have a stream. Is it easier to find on my channel, or is it easier to find on Raylist's channel? I'm not sure. Raylist did a game show with Kawa at one point that was very well put together. You should look at it. I'll try and find it. Hold on, I'll write that down. I'll write down Raylist game show. And I'll put that in like the mod chat later and you can look at it. I try that, but I keep forgetting where I put my list. I had it on my phone. Yeah, it was Family Feud for that one. But it was really cool. It was really well set up and stuff. My friend group did Vampire the Masquerade LARP nights, and it was the best post-hoc excuse for owning a bunch of Victorian era clothes. Hell yeah! Best excuse for owning Victorian era clothing. I mean, the other best excuse is like, oh, I go to the Renaissance Fair every year. I just really like the Renaissance Fair. But I don't know if I could handle LARPing either. I think so. Okay, my biggest problem with LARPing, me personally, I don't show a lot of expression. My VTuber model is literally made to counteract that. This thing is literally made to be the most sensitive thing in the world and like respond to any small movements in my face and changes in my mood and stuff like that, which is sometimes horrific because sometimes somebody says something and like you can tell that I'm kind of like upset by it or something like that, and like you can see it in my face or whatever. But it's made to be the most sensitive thing ever because I don't really show a lot of expression and I'm not very good with that sort of thing. And I'm not very good with my own body movements. So if I were gonna try LARPing out, I feel like I would have issues with it because I feel like it wouldn't, you know, I wouldn't really want to, I wouldn't know what to do with my hands kind of shit. But I can do it in a game because that's easy. I'm also really quiet in person. I yap so fucking much online. But I do not talk in person very much. I lose all idea of what to possibly say to a person the second that they're standing in front of me. I still have to watch that one, but each time I want to, the gorgeous Art Deco thumbnail and UI puts me into a catatonic shock each time. I love to cosplay and dress in fashion that I like, but I also, but also to stand out if I weren't self-conscious about my appearance and lack of attractiveness. That's, you know, the battle, isn't it? Are you me? Like streamer, like chat, am I right, guys? Depending on your character, all you need to do with your hands is throw them. True! Just be a fighter! Just beat their asses! You don't have Renaissance fairs? I'm so sorry. It's easier to talk to us when chat looks like just a bunch of little guys, yeah? It's easier to talk to text. It's a lot easier to talk to text. I also did turn you into a bunch of little guys, so you're just like little alpaca people, so it's easier that way. Here, hold on. Every time I think about talking to chat, this is what I think about talking to. Hold on. Do I have... Oh, do I not have that picture? Hold on. I can get this. I just need to separate something from a file really quickly so that I can show you what I'm thinking about here. No, wait, it's separated already. Am I looking in the wrong folder? Pictures. Oh, yeah, here we go. Here we go. Alright, this is actually what I... This is what I'm actually thinking about every time I talk to chat. This is, are you ready? I want to make this into a mouse pad someday. Opinion on a game show category. Obvious Digimon names. And I just show like what I posted in mod chat and ask what his name is. Hold on, let me look. Yeah, that would probably work. That'd probably be a pretty good game. Probably the cutest I will ever look. I've had to learn how to socialize face to face like most people learn to drive a car. I don't know how to drive a car either. So, you guess his name. Mushymon. Borimon. I like to wear those cool looking medieval period outfits from several places like Norway, Germany, Scotland, Russia. I like capes. Don't you guys wish that capes were like more socially acceptable? I actually remember back in high school talking to a friend of mine who literally was saying that pretty much. He was like, I just wish I could wear capes instead of jackets. I just want to wear a cape. And I was like, do it. And then he started wearing a cape. I think he picked up a cape at a Renaissance fair or something like that, and he just kept wearing it all the time. And it was fine for him. Like, nobody cared, actually. How did he get away with it? He's so cool and whimsical. Trench coats are cool. Trench coats make me feel too noir, though. You know? Just like a folk metal band. Mushroomon? I hate it here. No capes. Why not? Capes are great. The old English garb involved wearing bright and colorful capes, same as the Vikings. I like capes! They're cool! You got a little hood? They cover your whole body. So, like, if it's raining or something, you just pull your cape around you and suddenly, like, all of you is covered and not just your upper half. Or something like that. It's not as, like, tight and close to your body as something like a trench coat is. Because I feel like trench coats, a lot of the time, like, you'll button it all the way down or something like that. And then it's like wearing a dress or something. Capes are cool! One of the best channels for both medieval weapons and heritage menswear is Robin Swords. He's dressed so well, I want to cry each time. There's this, there's a couple of channels that I watch that do more like Victorian style outfits and stuff like that, and they make it look so natural. Especially for like the time period now. They make it look really natural. Like they're supposed to look like that kind of thing. I don't think I can pull it off. I think I'd prefer a cloak, but I'd wear a cape. I mean, I think I'm talking about cloaks, mostly. Because I think the difference between cape and cloak is probably the hood, right? Lots of old school outfits are made for comfort. True! Okay, but the kimono for women was not a comfortable thing. The kimono for women is not comfy. I think men's fashion was made for comfort, maybe. Women's fashion was made to make them look hot. And usually it involved a lot of corsets or like bindings for kimonos. Because you had to be flat as fuck to wear a kimono. I couldn't wear a kimono normally. I got titty. So it depends on the culture. Sometimes showing off assets, sometimes not. I mean, you know, there were times where, like, in American culture, if you showed off your ankles, like, that's a lot, right? So... And then, yeah, Japan, kimonos for women, you have to be as flat as humanly possible. You're trying to look like a stick. So... I'm like figure 8 and I have titty. I can't wear a kimono normally. Yeah, men's is for comfy. Men's fashion invested corsets, thigh highs, skirts, heels. Did they really? I wouldn't be surprised. I got titty. I'm like a figure 8. I got them hips. I got that booty. I got them thighs. And I got them titties. I'm sorry, huh? What a world where Twitch chat are the ones that are confused about me saying that kind of thing. He's actually managed to successfully integrate more medieval clothing articles like sashes and capes into more 50s era dress. So it looks good. Feels like out of alternate timeline. Oh my god. Princess and kings were very interested in showing off their assets. I mean... To be human is probably to wanna fuck something sometime for most people. I stopped by a time, alright. Hi, Lamp. You have a side view of your model? I do. I have one. Hold on. You can see my booty and everything on there. That's true. Hold on. Where's my references? Here they are. Probably one of the clothed ones is best. There you go. I guess, technically, that booty isn't that big. But I got a little bit bigger of a booty than that. But damn, the thighs. I mean, most of this is actually based on my real body proportions in some way. Like my thighs, I think I just traced over my actual thighs to draw those. And I know my boobs, I traced over my actual boobs to draw them. Genuinely curious about me talking about Digimon? I was talking about Digimon because Ren was talking about a game show where you had to try and guess the Digimon name. Big buff women have over men is all that men's fashion. That all men's fashion looks good on women. Not all of it. Some women. Okay. As a big booty bitch, a lot of men's fashion is made for like a straight cut look. So, if you are a smaller woman or like a flatter woman, then men's fashion looks really good on you. But if you are like a curvy woman and you have hella hip, men's fashion does not look very good on you. Some of it still does, but you have to pick and choose. 21 in 1920. Yeah? Were you? Wowee! Had a job once. Saw two women wearing dresses that looked like they were made of velvet in the style of a winter dress. Covered everything, looked Victorian. Built-in caplets. I've had outfits like that before. I think I had a dress like that once when I was in middle school. That was pretty cool. A good one. Bottom heavy bed. Women are so cool. It's true, women are really cool. Yeah, the booba lore is accurate. Double D's, by the way. Anyways. Actually, there's somebody, waifu sizes, I think. There's like a Twitter account that, actually asked for my sizes and stuff like that, like, to make it accurate and then post about it. Because they do that for a lot of different VTubers. Kind of funny. I need to, like, write that stuff down somewhere so that I can actually, like, have it on my reference stuff or something, maybe. That must be an insane buff that women can just go, I have boobs, and men everywhere stand and applaud. No, it's more like, if you say, I have boobs, a lot of people go, she could say that? Did she really just say that? It's really funny. Like, yeah, they're right here. I just did the thing. Like you could have seen or something. I did the thing where I like grabbed onto him and wiggled him a little. God. I said the thing. You like boobs? Name every navel? I don't believe you. I'm not showing you. I'm not wearing pants. And even if I was wearing pants, I'm not gonna wiggle my titties on the internet. No! Bad! God. Okay, what was I doing? Content. I would like to do... I need to... Okay, memory leak? I choked. Memory leak. My podcast thing. My nostalgia podcast. Then why are we even here? What the fuck? Listen, if you're here for titty, you're in the wrong place. I say, as if my breasts aren't technically out today. Hold on. There we go. Less. When AFK, we're at the same spot on the list. You know me. There's a big comic line called Busty Girl Problems. I don't, so I have like, what if I send you a funny DM? Yeah, I don't mind. The breasts were boobling. Hello! Hello, hello. What's up? Okay, so I don't actually, I'm like a pretty, wide framed girl, I guess, if that makes sense. I've never been less than like 150 pounds. Because I have like very large hips, very large bone structure. I can feel my rib cage. It's very big. It's very big and it's very obvious. So I've never really had the problems of like other healthy, yeah. Well, I've never really had the issues of like back pains or stuff like that from larger larger assets, because I think that my body is closer to probably what it should be to withstand having those larger assets. So wait, hold on. This is a funny picture. I have to show you guys. I don't. The answer is I sleep on my side, actually, if you were curious. The answer is I'm not on my back or my front. Because, yes, I do actually have a large enough butt that it causes problems sometimes. So I sleep on my side. I also like how you Did you remove the socks? Or was that from an older thing? That's so funny. Wowie. I will agree the different hip to shoulders ratio and stuff do make certain men's fits harder to pull off as a woman, but slightly different cuts usually solve that. Yeah. Yeah, so you can get like the same style clothing as men's clothing, that's cut better to fit a woman, and that works. Amount of foot that hangs over the bed. I'm a big girl. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to tell you. I'm not a Viking or a Scotswoman. I did eat my Wheaties. I do actually have back, like, I can, when I twist, I do get the back cracks, though. So, I mean, that's still a thing. Anyway, okay, memory leak. I want to do memory leak. I want to do, weekly, like a nostalgia game. Memory leak will probably be bi-weekly again, once I get it going. It'll probably be like a season sort of thing. So I'll set up a bunch of different interviews sort of things over a period of time, like a couple months period or something like that. Probably like a 2-3 month period or something. And then do the streams every other week. Yeah, maybe even more than that. I don't know. Bi-weekly. Different. No, different. Every other week. I know, actually, bi-weekly some people think means twice, like literally twice in the same week, and other people think means every other week. Which one do you guys think of? 'Cause I usually think every other week. This the season! Oh my god, I always have that fucking issue, dude. I get my hip caught on things all the fucking time. It's every other week. Who thinks the first? Lots of people, weirdly. Anyone who held a normal job knows the right answer. Yeah. True. Twice a week is twice a week. True! Okay, good. I'm glad. I'm glad you all agree with me. So, okay. Memory leak, bi-weekly. Probably like a seasonal thing. Probably something that I do, once a fortnight, yeah. Probably something that I do for a period of time and then stop again for a while so that I can think of new things to do with it and maybe like change it up again. Stuff like that. And also so that that leaves you guys like able to watch through the episodes or whatever over time. Then like a weekly nostalgia game of some kind. I just need to get a list of the ones that I want to do set up. And probably just like mess around with them or whatever. I don't have big hips myself, but wide shoulders and long dangly monkey arms. Yeah, I also have pretty dangly arms, I guess. So fair. Hold on, I'm gonna change the music over. As much as I like KK Slider, I've heard that too much. I think recently. You couldn't fit in an MRI machine? Wowee. Damn. There's so many hot demon guys wearing suits and no women! I know, right? Oh my god, the Helltaker ladies did look hot as hell. Wink. Hot as hell. Got him. Okay. Memory leak bi-weekly. Weekly nostalgia game of some kind. Probably something that is within the realm of 10 to 20 years old, if I had to guess. For the most part, because I don't think I'm very nostalgic for COVID. So, probably like 10 to 20 years old. Do you love a gal in a power suit? True. I tried to make one. I tried, actually, okay, so since I've been working on that other model idea, which I'll show you again real quick. I haven't really done anything else on it since I showed you the last time, so it's not really like anything new. This is supposed to be kind of semi 90s anime styled. And one of the things that I did attempt to do when I was trying to create an outfit for it was try and do one of those like bodysuits. You know, because like there's a lot of tech wear bodysuits from the 90s. But I couldn't do it. I'm not good at it. So I went instead for the typical like cropped jacket sort of thing. And cropped jacket and shorts, which was pretty typical of the time. Still working on it. Still need to do more with it. But that's the idea of it anyways. Damn, a Sam hasn't been beaten yet. That's true. I don't think we did all the putt-putts. I think we only did some of them. Thank you. I do like this outfit. I'm going to make this model more anime cell shaded. If I decide that I like this outfit enough, I'll probably try and make it on this model too. Because I do really like this model still. Like like the current one, this one right here. Because I do still really like this model. And I kind of do want to just do upgrades on it and try and like fix a couple of things that are fucked and stuff like that. Instead of like making a brand new one and transferring everything over again. I want to stick with it for a little while. The model is gorgeous. Thank you! There's a couple of things that are wrong with it. I did a whole ass video on some of the issues that I knew about it, which is actually going to help me fantastically for the time period where I actually go back in and try and fix some stuff. But but also my PC likes to lag when I open it. I need to get more RAM before thank you. I do like my glowy bits. I can also turn everything off. Well, or not. Or not. Hold on. Not this. This. I'm dead inside. Look, all the lights turn on and off. Oh, and actually, also, it also turns off my little Tamagotchi and my little Game Boy thing. I'm fed up with y'all's shit. I'm just doing my best, alright? Thank you. Too bad we never see it, true. Yeah. See, that's the thing with models. There's so much detail put into other places, like down below the waist and stuff like that, and you just never see any of it because it's so far down. RAM prices are surging right now. That's a problem for me though, because I really need RAM. So I was actually gonna go try and see if I could figure out if there was any cheaper RAM for Black Friday that I could get like after stream. Just to try and see if I can put in an order for it while I still have money. But kind of rough because it's all going to freaking AI stuff. I probably won't get any, but I can hope anyways because my PC really is not happy with Live 2D. The other thing is I can just clean out my PC more, but still. If you got an alternative model, kind of an evil night elf druidess or lunar punk aesthetic, full of caves lighted by purple gems and bioluminescent fungi. I do love that sort of shit. I like glowy things, so there's two aesthetics that I'm really into, and it's like the bioluminescent stuff, kind of like that one Pokemon city that was in the Switch games, the Sword and Shield, like that one mushroom city that had like the glowing mushrooms all over the place, or like the glowing mushroom biome that I found in Minecraft recently. I like that shit. And then the other one is cyberpunk sort of style. Limwood Tangle. Yeah, that's the one. That sounds right. Do you need DDR5 or do you have DDR4? I don't remember. I think I have DDR4. It's been a couple years since I last fucked with my RAM stuff. I think I have DDR4. But I'm not sure. I'd have to check. I went to ask for a new model, which I think I have been forgotten, but I went with, don't worry about the legs, those will only be on stream once. True! True! They really will only be on stream one time! Legs are a luxury for a VTuber. If you have DDR4, then the RAM won't be as expensive. Most of the systems eating the RAM are grabbing DDR5. Yeah, that's what I've heard. If I do have DDR4, I'll be happy. There is a good chance that it's DDR5 though, because this PC is only around 5 years old, I think, 4. So there's a good chance. I don't know. I really like neon lights though, dude. I've thought about adding more neon to my model somehow, and I don't even know how I would do that. Even my eyes glow a little bit. See? Just in the middle. Neon earrings and a nose ring. I don't know about a nose ring. I don't think I'm a nose ring kind of girl. Thank you. Christmas neon lights in the fur. Oh my god, decorating myself with Christmas lights would be a thing I would do. I'm gonna eat ya. I'm gonna bite ya. Got a blood red dress shirt and a black waistcoat. Oh. Sick. Christmas cozy, and it's just me, but like decorated with a bunch of Christmas lights all around. Okay, bi-weekly memory week. That'll be my podcast once I get it going again. That'll probably, I'm gonna be honest, it'll probably be after my anniversary, which is in February. My anniversary of streaming, my 5-year streaming anniversary is February 13th. The day before Valentine's Day. Neon bra straps. Ooh. I could do that. The idol group passcode. Hold up. Let me take a look. Ooh. They are pretty rad. I need to look more into a couple different styles, because I did want to do more outfits and stuff like that. I just haven't figured out which kind of outfits I want to do yet. The only one that I have in mind currently is that one for basically a 90s aesthetic kind of model, which is based off of like more 90s cel-shaded anime and like the more 90s style eyes and stuff like that. So that's the only one that I'm thinking about right now. But I'll do more probably later on next year, because I do that. I can't help it. I remember your first stream. I was 21, prime of my life. Yeah. Not the Chungus model, dude. You outgrew your red shirt. Oh no. Your shoulders got too broad. I'm so sorry. 90s style anime is great aesthetic. You also like some 80s stuff? Like Fist of the North Star and Ninja Scroll? Maybe. I could do... Technically that model... Technically that model in general, I could just make into kind of the nostalgia model. And like have it shift a little bit based on the generation that I'm doing. I'll have to look into some 80s anime and see if I can find a good aesthetic to go with for that too. But the animes that I've been looking into so far are things like Cowboy Bebop or... Cowboy Bebop was a big one. Because the outfit is kind of Faye Valentine inspired, in a way. Not like to the same extent as her like sexiness, but like she wore shorts and like a jacket sort of thing. And then also like stuff like Space Dandy and other sort of like space cowboy-esque shows, because I feel like that kind of rogue style tech wear, if that makes sense, was good. People told me that I should look at some of the Gundam shows, because those also have very similar styles. And I was also gonna check out, I know it's not 90s, but Erika 7 has a similar kind of vibe to some of the stuff that I'm going for. So I was gonna look at that for some inspiration ideas. Outlaw Star, yeah. Oh, and also, another one was, what's it called? Fuck. Ghost in the Shell. Evangelion, yeah, that one's another one. Neon Space Cowgirl, yeah, kind of. Space pirate vibes. Yes. Sorry, I was coughing again. Erika. Yeah. Not Erica. Erika. But yeah, I can look into some like 80s stuff too. I could try and do both. I could try and do like an 80s inspired outfit and a 90s inspired retro outfit, and like try and have them both be kind of on the same model. Make it kind of like the nostalgia outfit. Gotta go full on Captain Harlock at some point then. Maybe. I don't know. I would like to make Eureka. Eureka, not Rika. It's hard to say. Eureka. Eureka 7. Did you say Eureka? Eureka 7? I think that's probably what the English pronunciation for it was, if I had to guess. But it's Erica. That's why I was so confused. Yeah. Fair and valid. I do actually want to make like space pirate art of myself. Like I want to draw like some sort of badass looking thing where like I'm holding a freaking space las pistol or something, standing in some like cyberpunk style fucking thing, looking badass. I always wanted to draw something like that anyways, so I feel like it'd be fun. Maybe I could do that with that outfit or something. Cyberpunk 2077 and Edge Runners is probably gold standard for modernized 90s futurism / kitsch. Yeah, I have been looking at a lot of cyberpunk fashion too, and like trying to think about it. Which I think kind of shows through on this a little bit. Because I think that top jacket combo is also very cyberpunk. I think I just need like a glowing inside of the jacket or something like that, if that makes sense. And maybe a couple like neon lights or something on the sleeves. Castlevania core. I don't know about that one. I'll make myself into an Inuyasha character. She didn't spit on us. No, shut up. I'm not gonna spit on you. Eric 7. Eric that's an Eric 40K Rogue Trader. I have that game. I haven't played much of it. I should play more Rogue Trader. I have Rogue Trader and I have not played much of it. I have Rogue Trader and Baldur's Gate 3, and I haven't really played either of them. I played like 4 hours of Rogue Trader and then I've never touched Baldur's Gate. I have it. I just haven't played it. I never had the time, like I didn't think I had the time to sit around and do it. Do I need to come to YouTube chat? For what? For what? You gonna yell at him? What else do I want to do? I want to, GTA RP is probably going to be something that I do a lot for content stuff. GTA RP, also skits. I really do want to make those skits. Probably shorts. Shorts kind of skits. And I like doing chatting streams like this. So Tech might like you playing Rogue Trader. So Tech could play Rogue Trader with me, probably. I don't know. So Tech's more of like a fantasy guy, not a 40k guy. I don't think I did. BG3 would be good content. They also added way more since the big push to play it. I do want to play... So, okay, there's a couple of games that I want to play that are story-based games that are going to be like an episodic thing that are going to take me a hot minute to do. One of them is Baldur's Gate. And I don't know if I'll play that with friends or alone. I'll probably play it alone because it's just easier. And the other one is Disco Elysium. Because I've been wanting to play Disco Elysium for like a hot minute. And I think it'd be good to do as like a stream thing with people. Looking for a TV for Black Friday. Any recommendations? Anybody? Anybody got anything good? Is there anything else that I wanted to do that's like an episodic kind of like story-driven thing like that? No. Stuff like Kenshi and No Man's Sky and stuff like that are all just like very open world-esque and don't really have a lot of story to them. There is a game called Road Warden that I've been pretty interested in doing, but I don't know if that would be really good stream content because it's a lot of reading. So BJ3 might be rough on the pewter. I think we have somewhat similar strength PCs and mine couldn't hack it to stream and my models are very light. I did make GTA run with my model at some point, so... What is a mentally stable character? Hell yeah. I've wanted to play Disco Elysium for a hot minute. Yeah, I don't know. I'll try it. I'll see if it works, if it runs and stuff like that. I'll test it out at some point. I think that's gonna be later down the line anyways, because like I'm probably gonna do Disco Elysium first. That one's probably gonna be the first one that I do as like a more episodic thing. Because I keep talking about it lately. So clearly I want to play it. Rats? Not the rats. Anything but the rats. So yes. Weekly nostalgia game I'll probably start up at some point. Either in December or January. Because I just need to set up my capture card so that I can do... I still want to do that MapleStory stream. But I need to make MapleStory actually run on my PC, and I actually need to figure out what the hell happened with my account and how I got hacked and banned and whatever. So, we'll figure it out eventually. But I do want to do Pokemon TCG at some point, because I still have that as another thing that I was gonna do last year before my capture card died. And I have a new capture card. I just haven't used it yet. So I need to get it fully set up and everything. Gotta clean more for that though. Yes.
I dare you.
My mother seems to have found pumpkin pie flavor and turkey dinner flavor ramen cup noodles.
I dare you.
And she's daring me. Yes, the Game Boy TCG one, yeah. The turkey dinner one probably isn't that bad. I kind of want to try the turkey dinner one.
Yes, but pumpkin pie flavor cup noodle.
Well, you're offering me both, so I say turkey dinner.
Here.
We'll get some water. Come on, let's try it.
Okay.
It's the same as the breakfast ramens, isn't it? Yeah, it's by the same people.
Breakfast ramen's actually not
The breakfast ramens
bad.
actually weren't bad, which is why I'm kind of looking at the pumpkin pie one and like that actually probably wouldn't be the worst, but I would rather have the turkey dinner one.
Well, you get
right now.
You get one of each. I bought 2 of each because I also have to
Yeah.
try it.
But I would rather try the turkey dinner one right now.
Okay.
Do it no balls.
Yeah, it is basically.
That was a funded thing. You guys did fund the capture card for me, and thank you so much for doing it. I was really happy. I was like, oh my god, I don't have to stress about this anymore. I don't have to worry about it. I can play my Pokemon TCG. But what's up?
Smell it.
It smells like a turkey dinner.
It actually smells like a turkey.
Interesting.
Okay.
Smells like it even smells like the stuffing. Interesting. Yeah, those darn ants. Yeah, it was really annoying. I mean, we have like ants that get in the house usually around the like summertime or stuff like that anyways. Or like late summer into fall sort of time. But usually we can deal with them with a couple of ant traps. That was the first time that I've had ants come into the house, move in, and take over my capture card within like a day. They were just there suddenly. Does anyone know if alpacas ride well in vehicles? Because I'm taking one on a trip to pick up pizza. Pizza! Do I get some? You're getting some for me, right? I want pineapple. Hungry for HMDI. I mean, it wasn't a very good capture card, so it's fine. I looked up some things about different types of ants after that point. Apparently there's a type of ant that likes... It's like a black ant that wasn't native to this area before, but might have moved in at some point. And it's like a black ant that likes to live inside of electronics, but like light electronics. A lot of the time people found them inside of like their freaking routers. So thank God it didn't get to the router and it went to my capture card instead. I feel like that's the better option. Of the places that it could have been, capture card's better than router. For sure. When I say we funded things, I usually just mean the mod team or myself. It's true, you funded a lot! Thank you! I do need to, edit my throne again, because it's almost Christmas time, and I know people like buying presents. What would happen if you plugged it in? I mean, it didn't function. It didn't run. So, you know, probably nothing good would happen. But if the ants were moved out of it, and if it was, like, cleaned up or something, it would probably be okay. But, yeah. It wasn't great. Turkey dinner ramen is cooking and my stomach is actually growling. I mean, I was already hungry earlier, so I'll try some turkey dinner ramen and see if that's, like, good or bad or whatever. See if it's actually, like, worthwhile. Perks of working a full-time job. I bet Cozy thinks. Thank you! Thank you! I should probably just get one of those, to be honest. I should probably just get a job. It's just hard. Cons, I stream once a month. No! Fried ant. No, I'm not eating ants. Let's see, green beans in it, so it's likely turkey flavor, stuffing flavor, green bean casserole flavor. Not bad. Doesn't sound bad. Weekly, I'm gonna say weekly just chatting too. Weekly nostalgia game, weekly just chatting, and then everything else through the week is whatever, probably whatever stuff is going on. I'm thinking I want to do just chatting streams on like a specific day a week. I don't know what day though. I don't know what a day for chatting. What's a good day for chatting with people? Should go to the grocery store. I really don't want to though. What do you need? What do you gotta get? What do you are you out of stuff, or is it just like a restocking run, or is it just like a food run or something? Can you just like snack on stuff at home, or is it like I'm out of paper towels and toilet paper and I have to go? Cuz if it's the second, you should probably just go a specific day week. A specific day of week.
Like,
I have
eat
chopsticks.
Your turkey dinner.
I
Oh,
got
you have
chopsticks.
chopsticks
Yeah.
there? Okay.
No. Why would I need a spoon or fork for ramen? That's crazy of her. I can't believe she would offer that to me. You think she hates me? I have plenty of stuff. It's for dinner tomorrow. You could do it tomorrow. Good. Could do Wednesday or Thursday as like a midweek motivator. I don't know if I would want to do like midweek or like beginning of the week sort of thing. Because I could make it like my Monday thing. Do Monday sort of just chatting stuff, and then what would I do? When would I do memory? Memory leak would probably be on Fridays. I'm thinking. Making pot roast. Can't do it tomorrow. It takes too long. Ah. Well, you gotta do it. You gotta go. You just gotta. Do it! Get out there and do it! Don't let your memes be dreams! Hockey Thursdays. Sats Thursday? Mouthy Mondays. I don't know if I want to give it a name. I was just thinking I would do just chatting streams on a specific day. Probably a specific time too. I need to figure out if there's a time that works best for people, but I feel like there's not, and I feel like I should probably just stick to doing random times, kind of semi-random times, scheduled times, but like times that multiple types of people can get to, you know what I mean? All right, I have turkey dinner ramen. It actually smells fantastic.
It actually smells really freaking good.
This actually does smell fantastic.
I wonder if I should have.
All right. I'm gonna have some. Hold on. I'm gonna big thing of noodle. Hot. Hold on.
It is very good. Also, I am cooking.
All right, turkey dinner ramen's kind of good.
Is it?
Yeah, turkey dinner ramen is kind of good. You probably should put some turkey in yours.
I should.
If Kozii says I have to, I guess I'll be back. Alright, good luck. Hot Roast was your nickname in college? Huh? Y'all remember living through memes before memes were a thing? I do. I do remember that. I remember when parents called them memes. Or memes. They didn't know what to call them. What? What does meme come from? What is that word? Where did we get that? Memory Leak Mondays. An MLM. No. Walking Wednesday. You know, there is something that I am very interested in the idea of. I need to see if Irium works on Android. Because if Irium works on Android, I could actually take you guys, like, on my walks sometimes.
I have to ask you.
Yeah?
This is probably the only time I will ever be able to ask you this question.
Okay.
Like some cranberry sauce for your ramen?
No, I'm good. I don't need cranberry sauce for
Are
my
you
ramen.
sure?
I'm alright. I'm alright.
Because I feel like it might taste good with cranberry
No,
sauce.
I'm alright. I'm okay.
Just in case.
Hot. Good though. Turkey dinner ramen's not bad. Meme is an old term. Meme is the mental idea that is like mimetic sort of stuff. Like from that kind of root. Mental idea that is passed down while the gene is the physical idea. Oh really? Huh. Richard Dawkins or someone like that talking about the spread of information was the first use of the word meme, I think. Okay. That makes sense. I didn't know if it was like they made up a word for it or if it was like they used a term from somewhere else, so. But why do we say meme? It's probably not pronounced that way, is it? It's fine. That's whatever. Okay, so I'm thinking maybe Mondays? Monday just chattings? What day is it right now? Friday? I think Friday would be good for Memory Leak. I think I did Memory Leaks on Fridays or like weekends depending on when my guests had availability. And usually it was like a Friday. Or like a Saturday. I think Memory Leak is probably up in the air just based on whoever I'm inviting on. But I think chatting can probably just be on like Mondays. And it can be like a start of the week, like this is what I have planned for the week sort of thing, along with this is what happened last week sort of thing. Talk about people's plans and stuff. I remember back when I started, I did motivational Mondays. And every Monday I would post something that was like kind of motivational on my Twitter page. I did it because I was partially because I was really sad, but also when I started content stuff, part of the reason why I did it was because I noticed a lot of other people were really sad and I felt like they needed a distraction in their lives and something to just be nice and happy and simple. Which, I mean, there were a lot of people that were doing the same thing, but I also wanted to help do that. Meme Monday. Not the meme Monday. But so, doing, like, motivational Monday sort of things where I was like, I just gave people a little bit of a, like a reminder or something like that about, like, something is good or whatever. Yeah, I'll take one piece of turkey. That's fine.
I mean, it was like
To eat with my ramen. Yeah. First stream of the week is chatting, last stream is memory week or something like that. That's basically the idea. But I think I can do Mondays consistently for chatting. Woman Crush Wednesday sounds phenomenal. Woman Crush Wednesday. That's incredible, actually. Holy shit. Wowee. Yeah, turkey dinner ramen isn't the one that I'm worried about. I'm definitely more worried about the pumpkin pie one. Though the breakfast ramen with like the maple syrup sort of flavor and stuff like that wasn't that bad, to be honest with you. It wasn't as bad as I thought it was gonna be. I thought it was gonna be horrific, and it was actually like okay. For nostalgia streams, can you use the Wayback Machine to see Icon has cheeseburger front page meme review? Oh my god. Holy shit. That sounds hilarious. I'm actually gonna write that down. I don't know if I can do... I think it would be okay to like go through Icon has cheeseburger stuff or something. Hello, Raiders! Hello, welcome. Pumpkin pie ramen will be available once you finish your turkey dinner. I don't want to eat my pumpkin pie ramen! I don't want to eat it right now. I'm good. Pumpkin pie soda was worse than dirt soda too. That's true! It was! I liked dirt soda. I thought dirt soda was actually pretty good. To be honest. We'll say chatting on Mondays. Probably nostalgia stuff on Thursdays. Cause you know, throwback Thursday kind of shit. And then everything else at other parts during the week. I assume like memory leak is probably gonna be memory leak on Friday or weekends. Depending on guests. You have to have your pumpkin pie for stream tasting. I'll eat it another day. I'll eat my pumpkin. Maybe I'll eat my pumpkin pie one next week or something. Turkey dinner though, not bad. Turkey dinner ramen's not the worst. I've had much worse ramen. I will write down that though. Maybe like use the Wayback Machine. That sounds funny. Yeah, and then everything else is just kind of up in the air. I feel like I don't want to do too many days of the week of like specific things. I would like to set a specific time for chatting stuff sometime. Tortilla ramen? I don't know about that. First ramen flavored tasting stream. I mean, with the amount of different ramens that there are. But, like, I feel like I would also waste a lot of ramen that way. You know what I mean? Specific stuff Saturday. It's so hot. It's so hot. Wink. First ramen was a waste anyways, so no change really. This isn't that bad. And the breakfast one also actually wasn't that bad. It was like eating a McGriddle. But like ramen. Which I know might not sound very good at all, but like it wasn't offensive, actually. It really was just like eating a McGriddle, except instead of like the bread and stuff, it was ramen. That's why I'm like not I'm like slightly worried about the idea of the pumpkin pie ramen, but like not as much as I could be. I could be way more concerned about it. I could be like, ooh, I don't know if I want to do that. That doesn't sound great. Okay, I'll probably finish this ramen off stream. Probably head off for now, I think. I've been streaming for how long? 3.5 hours? That's kind of long for a just chatting stream. Anyone feeling cold? Oh my god, it's Vox again. It's not offensive, but it was also one of those tastes where you went, oh, not too bad, and then didn't want to repeat. True. True. Alright, let's see. Who's around to raid today? Redirect. We'll go to... I kind of want to raid Serena, who's doing Why Do Girls Like Yaoi? That sounds funny. Serena's doing a stream called Why Do Girls Like Yaoi? That's a stream that she sure is doing right now. Actually, do you want to see that? Do you want to see Why Do Girls Like Yaoi? Or would you rather see Miyako do this personality test game called Refined Self? That's like a 30-second stream. Yeah, she just shouts dicks and then shuts the stream off. Easy. Clap. Thank you for the stream and for giving me such a bright future in content. Hey, I have to get there first. I would like to know why they like yaoi. Okay, alright, let's go see the Fujoshi stream. We'll go watch the Fujoshi stream. Alright. So that's for YouTube. And Twitch. What's going on Twitch today? Oh, no, I didn't mean to click on somebody. Stu is still doing... Elden Ring? It's her first time playing Elden Ring. And she's been doing it, like, blind and stuff like that. And it's first time playing a Souls-like game. So I'll send you guys to that, because I feel like you'd like it. Okay. Alright. You guys ready? I will hang out with you again on Saturday. I think I had a stream. I'm probably just gonna play Identifile again because I really liked Identifile and I want to play more of it. But yeah, and then I think that's the last stream that I have scheduled for the week, so I will figure out when I'm gonna do more stuff like Minecraft and stuff like that, so I can show you the dome in progress. And I'll post my schedule again on either Sunday or Monday, probably. I guess, I probably wouldn't start just chatting on Mondays this next week, because I'm already doing this right now. This is the special edition. It's for Black Friday. Alright, guys. Have a good day. Enjoy yourself with if you're on Twitch, and enjoy yourself watching yaoi Fujoshi bullshit on YouTube if you're gonna go watch Serena. Bye-bye! The raid is coming. It's approaching rapidly. Goodbye. And then it was just YouTube. Hold on, I gotta search up Serena's channel so that I can be ready to get in there once you guys go in there. Are you ready? I'm ready. Okay, bye bye guys.